Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Nostalgia Saved, and we're doing another top 5, and this is one I've been kind of wanting to do for a while. Top 5 video game mascots, and basically how I put it out there is video game mascots are iconic video game characters that kind of carry a brand, a console, or just, really have entered the zeitgeist of culture. And joining me are, of course, our best friends in the whole wide world, returning once again, Mr. Nerd Takes. Jay, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Righty, and I'm glad you're here. And coming back after a long time, we got Mr. Shaka Zulu joining us. Hey, Shaka, how you doing?
Hello, I still lurk through the internet. I'm here. You don't see me, but I see you.
Yes, it's good to finally have you back on. It's been quite a while. Last time we talked about, Insomniac, I believe?
Yes, we did.
So it's been quite some time, for sure. But yeah, so there's not really too much to get on about this. It's just our top 5 video game mascots, and we'll go into more detail about them because I don't really want to have like this whole giant monologue about, what were your favorite mascots or something like that. But I think I'll pose a small question here to both of you, and I'll start with you, Shock. What do you define as a good video game mascot? Like, what makes a good video game mascot?
Being cool. That's it. It doesn't matter if you sold money. It doesn't matter if you made the console a lot of money. It's pure advertisement. Like back when they had like PlayStation Magazine and like gas stations and stuff, like Kohl's or whatever was just popped, looked good on the magazine. I remembered it as a kid, teen, preteen. If you looked cool, I liked you. That's all that really matters to me. And I guess cute too. It's just aesthetically pleasing, right? That's like the number one example for a mascot is Pikachu. Everybody knows Pikachu because it's cute. It doesn't matter if it's popular just because it's aesthetically pleasing. It's cool. It's cute.
That's a good answer there. How about you, Jay? Same question.
I agree with a lot of that, honestly. I think to me, it's just an incredibly recognizable character, well designed. Like Shock said, it could be cool. It could be a cute, adorable character. It could be Master Chief. It could be Spyro. Anything really fits the mold, if you ask me. It just has to be something, like you said, aesthetically pleasing. I think is a great way to put it. And honestly, just had fun games. Just had games that were fun. I don't even necessarily think it had to be super successful. I think there's been a lot of failed mascots that were good. Just we're in a time of oversaturation for the kind of mascot wars that happened in the mid to late 90s, early 2000s. So some just kind of fell by the wayside, but doesn't mean they were necessarily bad. They just didn't compete with your Sonics and your Marios and stuff like that. So something that just looked cool, had a fun game to it, and was recognizable.
All right, fair enough. The mascot wars of the 90s. There were so many characters that came out there that everyone tried to get out there for sure. Could one of you keep track of timestamps for me for this one? I would appreciate that.
Sure.
All right, cool. All right, so just one more thing too. We do a top 5, but we also have an honorable mention, just a singular one, not a whole bunch of them. As well, I like to put onto this just for the guests and for people out there listening. So technically, it's a top 6, but it's just more like an honorable mention. And on top of that too, just for you guys, if you are also had somebody on one of yours, just let me know. And we will just put you down because I do keep track of the top 5, and tell me where you would have put this person or this mascot, I should say. And we just keep the conversation flow a little easier instead of going like, well, this is my number 5. And then we get to 1 and then we just repeat ourselves. Okay. Just to make it a little easier. So with that being said, Shock, since it's your first time back in quite some time, how about you launch us off with your number 5?
All right. I appreciate what Jay Nerd Takes kind of mentioned. It doesn't matter. Like there's really not many modern mascots anymore. But back then mascots were super important for advertising. There was a lot that just kind of fell flat. right? Because the oversaturation of it all. And so that is my pick. I am not swinging for the fence. Oh, no, my bad. I'm not swinging for the moon. I'm not swinging for a home run. All right.
Mhm.
I am swinging for the gutter. Blinx the cat.
Blinx the time sweeper. There you go.
Gosh, man. So I grew up with a PlayStation. I'm a Sony pony. I joke about it all the time. But this game is as what made me want to get an Xbox as a kid. It's just such a Sony kind of like bright Japanese, right? Because Xbox was an American console and Sony obviously Japanese. So the vibrant, quirky furries, right, being main characters with hot human women love interests. Don't ask too many questions, just consume art. This game was not popular, I don't think. I think it flopped. It barely had a sequel later, right?
It did have a sequel, yeah.
Like I think for the Xbox One, right? And I think it was on.
Blinx had 2 Xbox games. One was this one, and then there was a second one. I actually never knew it had a second a sequel.
The second one was fun because you made your own cat, and it was like co-op.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was actually a lot of fun. But yeah, I didn't have an Xbox. Everyone I knew had an Xbox. My best friend had an Xbox. My cousin had an Xbox. So it was one of those games where I was just like, how come this isn't on PlayStation? It's crazy. Like it was just, and I think that's what a mascot is supposed to do. And that was the whole point of this game, was to attract basically me, someone that had a PlayStation, who's likes these kind of games. And I think it just did its job. It was just something I really envied that I couldn't have growing up as a kid. And it was a fun game, super underrated. Great designs. Love it.
Yeah, I think I might have played like a grand total of 5 minutes of Blinx the Time Sweeper when I was a kid. I never really got into it. I know this one in particular is actually backwards compatible on Xbox One and the Series consoles. So I've been tempted to go back and replay them, especially because with the auto HDR and stuff, these games look a little bit better and they run a little bit smoother on Xbox. So it has been on my to-do list. I know Microsoft did give up the IP rights for this character. So you, in theory, could go out there and actually get the IP to go make another Blinx game.
Sony didn't really own much of their mascots either.
No, at least in the beginning. They started after the PS1 generation. They started to be more controlling about that.
And then they let them die. This is our 5th, right? Not the honorable mention?
Yeah, this is our 5th.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
Yeah. Jay, how about you? Do you have any experience with Blinx the Time Sweeper?
So I actually also grew up in the generation before Xbox, so the PS1, Nintendo 64 generation. I was a PS1 kid also. So this was one of the first games I saw for Xbox, but I never actually played it. I remember there being, I don't remember if it was a demo or just some gameplay footage that was like built into the, because I remember there being this whole little video with the Xbox that showed you some of the games. There's a little bit of a comedy skit that went with it. And I remember seeing Blinx in that a lot, and then also seeing it on G4 quite a bit back in the day. But I never actually played it. I always wanted to, though. And I actually just recently saw, I thought it was on Game Pass or something. So I've been meaning to get around to it. But no, unfortunately, I never played it, but I do vividly remember Blinx, the Time Sweeper.
I also got to play it just to see if it's pure nostalgia and maybe it's actually terrible and I was just a stupid kid.
Or maybe that's one of the things about this era of mascot games too, is sounds like we were all generally the same age coming up in this era. And so many of these I played that like I feel the same way. I'm like, I got to go back and replay some of them because I had a blast with them as a kid, but like I also didn't have a very refined palate for games as a kid. Like I would have played whatever you put in front of me. So
but advertising, like it appealed to you, whether it appealed. Well, I think it appealed to a lot of people and they played it and didn't like it. I don't know. It had a like Sands of Time kind of gimmick where you had to suck certain kind of enemies and gain energy, and then you can go forward in time, you can go backwards if you died, or you can slow water down and stuff like that for different type of platforming. So it's very just a Japanese Sands of Time kind of gimmick of gameplay of platforming.
Yeah, it looked like it was more of a child-friendly kind of. We want to mess with that time mechanic, but we also want to try to get the parents to buy it because when you look at Prince of Persia, it's like, oh, he's got swords and stuff, and it doesn't exactly always appeal to the good Christian crowd, I guess you could say. This one kind of is a little bit more easy to sell to the under 10 crowds as well.
Yeah, Xbox was the edgy console. You know what I mean? It was the American, like, better graphics, better fidelity, more action packed.
Yeah, so, sure. I don't know. It's just like Blinx was such a interesting like time capsule. Like, there's a lot of mascots that we could probably list at the end of this conversation because I don't want to get too deep in that. But yeah, he was basically the first attempt for Microsoft to kind of get that mascot. They for like the kids, I should say, not so much like after that, because I think there's better examples of mascots from Microsoft stable.
I remember him more on magazines and other kind of Xbox games too. Like the push with him was huge.
I was just gonna say there was a big push for the character to try to make it take off. And if I recall, as far as the time manipulation mechanics, I'm pretty sure that it was well done because I always remember people kind of applauding how well they did it for that era too, because this came out before Sands of Time, if I recall. I think I have that correct.
Did it really?
I want to say so. Because this was like a launch title.
I'll fact check that.
I believe this was a launch title with the Xbox, so I want to say this came out before Sands of Time.
I was convinced that it would have copied.
I could be wrong
because it does it really good. The reverse timing when you die, kind of thing.
Yeah, I remember people really applauding it.
It was great. I loved it. And then like pausing elements the same way, right? Where like spouts of water can be frozen and you can swing off of them. Like Blinx did the same thing.
Well, that's why it always appealed to me too, because I love time manipulation mechanics. That's why I can't wait for that new game, Clockwork Revolution. I loved Sands of Time. I love that kind of stuff. So this is, again, one that I've been meaning to circle back to for a long time.
All right, so fact-checking live. Blinx the Time Sweeper came out in North America on October 7th, 2002. Sands of Time came out a year later on November 4th, 2003.
Wow.
I thought so. I was pretty sure this felt like a launch title almost, if not really early in the life cycle of that original Xbox. I thought this was first.
Yeah, I did not know that. Wow. It was close to the launch window.
Okay, that makes sense. Launch. That makes sense.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's a good one. I did not expect you to try and start this off with Blinx, to be honest.
I thought everyone would make fun of me and I would have been like the heel.
Oh, just wait till you hear mine.
Oh no.
But that's a good one, Shock. I that one caught me off guard. I will say that. You got me with a sucker punch, and I'm kind of spaced.
I think my first one will be my best one.
It's all downhill from here for everyone. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, just wait. Number 5. I highly doubt either of you've ever heard of the one I'm about to drop for number 5. But
all right, Jay, since you're ready to go, what is your number 5?
So I've played a lot of these as a kid. The mascot games. I played so many of them as a kid. I got a bunch of them for Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, the whole deal. If it had a cute, funny-looking little mascot on it, my parents got it for me to play. And on the PS1, it felt like just so many of them because I felt like they were trying to keep up with Nintendo. Or looking back, at least I feel that way. I guess I didn't realize it in real time. But one that was incredibly obscure. It was a failure in terms of creating a franchise with the mascot, but I adored this game. It was called Mort the Chicken.
Mort the Chicken. Ooh,
so
what the hell?
I don't know if you want to look it up and just get a picture of the game cover.
This is new to me.
So Mort the Chicken was a game based off this goofy looking chicken who had this long like thing on the top of his head. You know, that little red thing that roosters have or chickens have. I forget what the hell it's called. But his was like, you know those sticky hands you get that like you get them in a gumball machine and you kind of like, it's a long rubber gel sticky thing. You can like whip them and they'll stick to windows and stick to walls and it's a weird little kid's toy. That's essentially what his thing on top of his head was made out of, and that was your weapon throughout the game. And the premise of the game was these cube aliens came into Mort's world and stole all the baby chicks from the planet that Mort's on, and you've got to now traverse these different levels to get all the little chicks back and collect them and all that kind of thing to bring them back home to your world. It's filled with a bunch of that kind of 90s, pop culture satire, like news broadcasts like this.
Oh my God,
and
I think I have seen this.
And like commercials of like, how they used to have the commercials for such and such band's greatest hits, things you've heard, such as, and it lists all the hits and they kind of scroll up the screen. Just silly things like that. A lot of references to pop culture from the 90s. And these were this was the main leader of the cubes. And they were like these gel bouncy cubes that bounced into Mort's world. You actually see it in a second here, I believe, in this opening scene, where they invade the planet and just start like sucking all the chicks up into this little tube and bring them to their planet. It's a bizarre game. It almost feels like a fever dream at times, but I played the living hell out of this game as a kid, and it was just so much fun. Absolutely a failed gaming mascot, so can't really call it iconic by any stretch of the imagination, but it was just so much fun and such a fun game.
The best thing about gaming in that kind of era was the red bin, where it's just like random stupid games you never heard of. Is that where you found this?
Well, it was given to me as a Christmas gift. I'll never forget it. And I'm pretty sure, oh my God, this professor, yes, this guy, Dr. Carl Cockerell. Yes. Oh my God. This is just, it's bringing me right back down.
He's in your neck of the woods, bro.
It's so many chicken puns and just nonsense.
I gotta
an
say
amazing
something.
Game.
I gotta say something real quick. This is Bette Midler from Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was gonna say it's the girl from The View, the redheaded chick.
Oh yeah.
What's her name again?
And like, oh God, what is her name? It's slipping my mind now.
I
know who you're talking about, but I can't think of the name. Oh yeah, this is where all the chicks get abducted by the cube aliens. It's a bizarre little game, but it was so much fun, and the humor is really good too. It's like you saw that silly chicken puns all the time, and just
this looks like an Adult Swim show.
That's Mort with the big tall one on the top of his head there.
Oh my.
God,
the crude humor in the PlayStation era was the best, dude.
Man,
this is like I'm falling into a wormhole. I told you the other day, Kyle. I'm like, one of my picks. It's either going to be you guys know it or you've never heard of it in your life.
I've never heard of
this.
Game.
This was that one.
I'll be sure to look for this on my next retro hunt.
It's so fun. It's a good laugh, and it's good, solid, just 3D platforming fun. Joy Beha, that's her name.
There you go, AC. Hey, welcome AC too, by the way.
AC.
Oh my goodness, look at the new game startup screen here.
they spell out the words.
Genius.
It's so good. It's so good.
This is genius.
Yeah, the cave paintings and all that.
Okay, so what do you do? Your life is corn.
So you'll see it right here. Yeah, your life is corn. And you use like that thing on top of your head, like those little sticky hands, like the things that come out of the gumball machines, and they just whip at the cubes, and you just go around collecting the chicks. And then you drop them off at the other well. There's like a well or something at the end of the level here. You drop them off, and they all go back to your world that they originally came from.
Why is it just kids blocks? Why is it?
It changes. It's not always. I don't know why this level was kids blocks. The first level.
So it's Spyro, but you're a chicken.
Yeah. I mean, essentially.
Wow.
Yep.
This kind of like looks
you
like
get
that,
bonuses or power ups rather.
This artwork reminds me of that TV show Duckman. Did you guys ever see that TV show?
Oh, why does that sound so familiar?
Man.
It had I forget his name. George Costanza was the voice actor.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, that sounds even more familiar now.
Because it's the same. It's the same art style as like Doug, and I used to get confused with it as a kid because I wasn't watching Doug. Like, what is this?
it was like a show in like the early mid 90s that I can remember, and it had like everyone was an animal. So it was George Costanza played Duckman, and he was basically like this giant loser that was a raging alcoholic, and I think he was like a detective or something.
Oh my God, this sounds like so familiar. It's ringing such a bell.
Yeah, like if I've showed you a picture, you probably would get it. But it reminds me a little bit of like if they took that art style and made it more 3D like this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is fucking wild.
This is more the chicken.
This is charming, dude. That's
what it was. And it's one of those things where like again, it's obviously not the greatest game. But as a kid, you're playing this and like you don't know any better. You don't know what a good game is versus a bad game for the most part. As long as it's fun and not horribly boring, every kid thinks a game that's at least fun is a solid game. I would say this one wasn't horribly boring at all. It was a lot of fun between the gameplay. it does, the gameplay loop gets repetitive, but again, as a kid, you're not looking at gameplay loops. You're just playing the game and seeing if you enjoy it. But that mixed with the humor of the cutscenes and the kind of pop culture satire, it was a fun game, and I loved that game as a kid.
Well, I can honestly say I did not expect that one, but that's a pretty solid one. I'll say that much. Can't argue that one.
It's on the list. I mean,
right.
can I even find this on like a ROM website? Is it that obscure?
It might be that
Vim's
obscure
lair?
that I don't know.
If Vim doesn't have it, it doesn't exist.
I'm kind of curious.
Vim's lair has it. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Mort Chicken on PS1 cost about fucking $40.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Apparently, I wasn't the only one who liked Mort the Chicken. Then no kidding.
Yeah,
It's a rarity,
I think.
then.
It's not that bad. You can find it for $25 or something if you haggle around. But
I do need to get a copy of it for my PS1 collection. But that is, that's another one though, Shock, where I got to say I haven't played it in a long time, so I do have to go back and actually play it to see if it's just the nostalgia hitting me, which very well may be the case. And after about a level or two, I might be done with it. But at the time as a kid, I could play it for hours.
It's on Vim's lair. Let's go.
I'm curious if I got a double check
megabits
here. Release date for this. It came out. Oh, okay, cool. So this came out at the very end of the PlayStation life cycle. So November 30th, 2000.
Right. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, that's good because there's always the pre-DualShock PlayStation games and the post-DualShock PlayStation games. So
yeah.
If it was it's definitely a post-DualShock, so that means it probably plays a lot better than something like, say, Mega Man Legends, which gives me PTSD every time I play it, but it's a really damn good game. AC says, I'm going to tell my kids this was Chicken Little.
Yeah, this is a real Chicken Little.
All right. So moving on to my number 5 mascot. And this is one that I have very limited experience with as a kid. But this one continues to just kind of resonate with the culture throughout time as one of those mascots that was part of a gaming franchise that really was pushed out, but kind of just like came and fizzled, but has made a strong comeback just off of pure nostalgia. And my number 5 is Geks the Gecko from the good old PS1 days and such like that. I just remember Geks was like originally like this marketed as like, oh, this is going to be like the next, like platforming mascot. But after that, he kind of just came to be like the first living like internet meme, if you ask me. Yeah. Where he just was like so edgy. They had him always commenting and stuff, kind of breaking the fourth wall and everything. And it was just a really solid platformer, but he really kind of just fell apart once they tried to make it 3D. He just didn't work out as well. But I don't know what it is. Geks just, for some reason, just always catches like a list somewhere.
What was he advertised with? Because I don't remember why I remember him.
He was like advertised with everything.
Yeah, he was with a lot. Like he was with with a soda, I thought too.
I think Jay, you were gonna say something?
No, I was gonna say. So originally he was. So this game, because I guess flash forward on my list. Geks is my number 3 actually.
Oh, it's your number 3.
Yeah, because I was a massive Geks fan. So this game was originally with the 3DO, I believe, and then when that failed, they then ported it over. This game they ported over to the other consoles. And then when it got to Geks Enter the Gecko, which is the game that I actually love the most, I've actually recently been playing it because Limited Run did a remake or re-release of these.
A remaster,
Remaster. Sorry, I couldn't get the word out. Okay. They just did a remaster of these within the last year or so. I've actually just did a couple shorts this week of Geks Enter the Gecko because it's just one of my favorites from the PlayStation era. Again, for everything Carl said, the edgy humor, the pop culture references, they're very very dated, I should say. They're of their time. So a lot of, if you're somebody playing this now for the first time, you didn't grow up in the 90s, you probably wouldn't get a lot of the references.
Oh, what was the like interesting one? I forget the one. Wasn't there like a Tomb Raider reference?
And that was probably in Enter the Gecko, I would think. I've never played the third one. So I don't know that, and I actually have it on that remaster, so I should eventually get to it. I only played this one in Enter the Gecko, and they're all based off being in essentially what's called the media dimension. So it's all based off like TV channels is kind of the level system. Enter the Gecko went a little bit more into like kind of TV and movie style stuff. So you'd see like in one level, he's got a Gilligan's Island outfit. Some of them he's wearing like a tuxedo like James Bond.
Oh,
There's
yes.
I remember
there's
that
Kung
game.
Fu. Yep, there's a Kung Fu level where he's in like Kung Fu outfit and all that. So there's a whole bunch of different things they did with it in terms of kind of TV and pop culture, movie pop culture references. I'm sure too there is a Tomb Raider line in there somewhere. There's ones about like, I think one of the good ones was like, "Don't drink the tap water at Jerry Garcia's" was one that I always
that was
always
a
remembered.
one. Yeah,
that was a good one. You know, he had his own little not tagline, what's his own little saying? I can't think of the catchphrase.
I think it was like
tail
time or something. Time to tongue, darling.
I believe there was something like that. It's tongue time or time to this. There is something about you because he when you jump up off to a cliff and you're like you don't quite make it, he uses his tongue to like hit the edge and then bungee cords himself back up.
That's cool.
His main catchphrase was "It's tail time," because the tail whip was his main, attack. So silly little things like that. But yeah, just great 90s, PS1 edgy kind of humor and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and just a cool design. I always thought Gex just looked cool.
Gex is just kind of like that character where to me he was like always kind of referenced to like every other video game. I think a lot of my memories was video game magazines where when the new Gex game would come out, they would advertise him kind of like cosplaying as some characters or something. The tuxedo one with James Bond is very memorable to me because when Limited Run did the announcement that they were doing the remasters for these and the ports, they started off where everyone thought it was going to be GoldenEye. And then it was Gex.
Oh, that's
awesome.
Smooth.
I love that. It's very on brand for Gex too.
Yeah, so I remember that a lot. And it's just like, to me, it's just everyone knows who Gex is if you're from like a certain generation. Maybe not the younger crowd, but it feels like our generation, even if you never played Gex, like you know who Gex is.
I've never played it, but I know who he is.
Yeah, which is kind of what always surprised me about it failing. I think to your point about the 3D games struggling a bit, Carl. I think Enter the Gecko, at least maybe I just think it was because I loved it. I thought Enter the Gecko was fairly well received, but if I recall, that came out in like 98, and then the third game was 99. And I thought the third game was when things really started to kind of fall apart for Gex, and he never got a game after that. So I've always kind of assumed maybe just a rush timeline going from 98 to 99, releasing back-to-back games. Just left, gamers with a crappier product on that final game that just kind of ended the run for his mascot days.
It could just be a little oversaturation.
That too,
because it's a lot like Rayman. It's a lot like other kind of platformers that were popular for Sony.
I think another thing too, because like I said, this was on the N64. There was just a lot of competition, like you guys are saying. But remember another obscure N64 games. You guys remember Chameleon Twist?
No, actually.
So there was another kind of platformer game that came out that was kind of like trying to, I guess, copy Gex, but be more family friendly as well.
Oh, I've never seen this.
Yeah, I remember this game, and it reminded me a little bit of Gex back in the day. It's also a very expensive one, so that's kind of why. But on top of that, too, I think because Gex Enter the Gecko was also on N64, correct?
Yeah, so when the 3DO failed, because he was originally supposed to be a mascot for that console, so when that failed, he got ported to the other consoles of that generation, which was all those. And then the second game and I believe third game just got released amongst all of them.
Yeah, because I think during that time, a lot of these 2D guys also just struggled really hard once they went to the 3D realm. Earthworm Jim in particular is one that comes to mind too. And it just feels like maybe that little 90s kind of like late 80s, early 90s kind of like edge was starting to run a little thin with people. Because like I said, Earthworm Jim kind of had like the same style of humor and comedy too.
Totally.
And then we got also Mr. Nosferatu join us. He says, fucking Gex is amazing. We had Dana Carvey as the voice actor before and was completely foreign in gaming and have actual celebrity voice actors. And then also here, but to the point, this generation of TikTok, never mind. I understand what you're trying to do here. We're not going on your little rants here, Nosh. You can do it in the chat, but I'm not going to read. And then also we got Mr. AC saying, don't forget about Bubsy too. Yeah, there was a lot of those weird. Everyone just felt like they were trying to make clones of each other, you know?
Well, you had Conquer.
Oh, yeah.
Conquer kind of set the tone for that really edgy,
mascot
platformer. And then I think some of these tried to tone it down a little bit from that, but I think they kind of still got trapped in a little bit of like, as a kid, like I did like that don't drink the tap water, Jerry Garcia's joke. Like I didn't really get that as a kid. It took me till I was older to understand what that joke really was. So I think some of the humor got a little bit lost in the kind of age group that the game was designed for. Almost like it was kind of an in-between type of thing where the humor kind of matched an older audience, but the gameplay matched a younger audience. So
yeah,
maybe it just never really found that kind of sweet spot in terms of being a long-lasting audience to stick with it. I feel like people probably appreciate Gex even more now if they played it when they were a kid and are now older to get those references from them.
Yeah, I think another thing too is also Gex is one of those characters that a lot of people started ripping off that I think a lot of people also just kept conflating other games with Gex, even though it wasn't him who said something, because so many characters were starting to blend together because they were all trying to copy each other. Right. That probably also hurt it too, where it's like, oh no, this character sucks because this, that, and the other thing, or this game sucks, and they would be confusing it with like say Earthworm Jim or something else like that. Right. So I do think that's kind of funny that Gex is kind of known for being a meme, but he's also a product of his own destruction because everyone copied him and everyone kind of forgot probably what game he was in.
A lot of our mascots are going to be like early 2000s to late 2000s. And that is a theme I think we're going to talk about a lot, is the healthy copying of video games by everyone. It was always like everyone made their game. And then back when the people that made the video games, what did they do in their time off? They played other video games and they go, whoa, what is this game? And then they kind of copy it, or they're influenced by it when they would do their sequels. And that's kind of just healthy competition where like Conquer does the 3D crude platformer just well. You know what I mean? It just, that's how competition works. They're inspired by one thing. They weren't the first ones to do it, but when transitioned to a different genre of media, it just did it better.
Yeah, but I will say this, 2 Geks off of the list here right now, for my number 5 and Jay's number 3. So there you go. Gex definitely had an impression on everyone here. Even Shock, he didn't put him on his list, but he knew he was, and he
that's
never
what
played
a mascot is. Yeah, that's what a mascot is. I never played it, but I sure know him.
And we got Mr. Nerdy Neo saying, I'm 10 minutes behind and catching up ×2, but Mort the Chicken has retro achievements. There you go.
There we go.
That's legit. There you
go. God, we're good now, boys. We're good.
We needed this answer.
I'm just glad that I'm not the only one who knew Mort the Chicken, I guess. If it's got retro achievements, then some people must really like it.
Someone out there, yeah.
Neo has no fucking clue who Mort the Chicken is either. He just knows that he had to look if it has retro chicken. Retro chicken.
Retro chicken.
Retro achievements.
Retro the Mort. Mort achievements.
But that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. Very well. Very well. All right, Shock. We're going to go back to you for number 4.
Yes. Number 4. Let me grab my list and get my timestamp. Oh, okay. My number 4 is, let me get mine, is this guy.
Oh, the Harvest Moon Kid.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Apparently his name is Pete. His name's Pete. But
I did not know that.
Yeah, so I've always think about what makes him like a definitive mascot is when you think of farming simulators, it's only Harvest Moon. They were the first ones to make them popular.
You're right.
And the reason why they were popular is because Harvest Moon was a RPG. It was a role-playing game with simulated like chores and tasking and stuff like that. And I tell this story all the time, but the reason why I even played Harvest Moon was just I was in a JRPG kick, and then I was just buying a bunch of old JRPGs on the Super Nintendo, right? Like, and the PlayStation. So like I was playing like Chrono Trigger, I was playing Final Fantasy, I was playing Wild Arms, and then I just saw Harvest Moon. It looked like a JRPG. I got it. Then I played it, and then I was like, all right, you're at your grandfather's farm. It's like, okay, cool. Here, plant some turnips. And it's like, all right, so I plant the turnips, and then the bad guys come and kill the village and the game starts, right? It's like, oh no.
Nope.
I blink, it's midnight, and somehow I'm in summer, and I'm like, oh, now I gotta make tomatoes. Now I gotta do this. And I just got totally consumed by it. But my favorite thing about the old Harvest Moon is like I love the art. The art is so like a Toriyama kind of just that good old Japanese art that I love so much.
Yeah, very 80s anime.
Yes. So like all you're just like, because like modern games are really influenced by RPG simulators. You know what I mean? Like your Three Houses fans, your anime games where you're kind of like cooking and inventory management and I don't know, like your Power Worlds and stuff like that. Like it all came from people actually enjoying a game about doing chores for some reason. But the reason why they were interested in a game where there was chores to be done is because they were RPGs. They had towns, they had characters, they had, you know, people that you could gain relationships with and actually like. People had cool character designs. There were different characters that you can like and enjoy. And I think just the iconic like backwards hat kid kind of reminded me of like Silver from Pokemon and like the OG Pokemon Red and Blue. Remember like in the 90s where they had their hats backwards and they would stuff their hair through the snapback hole?
Oh yeah, yeah. That, like every bro back in the 90s who was a camera guy, yeah.
That was me. Twister from Rocket Power. I started doing that. The hat backwards, stuff the hair out the hole, red and silver, and the Harvest
Ash.
Moon guy.
Even Ash used to do it in the Pokemon actual series.
No, that's what he got
when he would battle. He'd switch
Yeah.
it backwards. Yeah.
Shit got real when he swiped the hat backwards. So the hat is what makes him iconic. I love the old style art and just influencing the future of really modern gaming is why I think this is a very underrated mascot that a lot of people make fun of me for.
No, I think it's interesting because the Harvest Moon protagonist is kind of just like one of those iconic ones, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And it is kind of going on to this very day. I think a lot of people also liked what was the one for the GameCube? That was the one I think that was like really popular.
There was two. There was A Wonderful Life and A Magical Melody.
I think it was Wonderful Life, if I recall correctly. And everyone kind of likes these games because it's like, oh, I could, meet a village girl and we can have a little family and we can raise cows and shit.
What was cool about the GameCube one was your kid grew up into an adult. And then when you died, based on how you treated your kid, he would either take on the farm or like fuck off and do whatever you wanted to do. That's what made that game kind of cool.
So I've actually never played Harvest Moon, but I did. As soon as the picture came up, I'm like, I know this character. So as soon as Carl said Harvest Moon, it all clicked. I've never played it, but I do love farming simulators. Stardew Valley. All the.
Oh, the guy who made
like
Stardew,
I would like this.
The guy who made Stardew Valley like loves Harvest Moon.
Which
he actually met the creator too.
No, Neo's finally catching up. Correct. I've never heard of Mort. Well, I always say, I always joke that these are games that my wife plays, kind of deal, like Stardew Valley. Then I guess the creator, spun off and started doing stories of the seasons now, while the original company owns the rights continues on with Harvest Moon.
So basically, the company's name is Marvelous. And the publisher localizer, it was called Natsume. They owned the name of the game and the name of all the characters. That was all they ever owned. So when they broke away from the publisher, they had to change the name of the game and the name of all the NPCs. So that's all that happened there.
So it's like Velvet Revolver. It's technically Guns N' Roses, but there's not Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. I mean, if you play modern, it is called Story of Seasons, and they're remaking all their OG games. But Harvest Moon 64 is beautiful, and it's one of the best ones, hands down. And the best thing about Harvest Moon 64 is that it's not slow. It's very fast-paced. If anything, that's kind of a complaint about it, is that it's too fast-paced. So it's not like a boring simulator where you kind of get tired and bored of it. It's like really fast paced. The art's great. And it's a good 64 game.
Yeah, there's a bunch of fun mascots that kind of are like starting to happen that go around farming simulating games or have farming elements to them. One of the guys, he's not on my list, and he should have been, but I decided it would be too obvious, so I went a different way. But like, if you should check out Dave the Diver for that very reason. If you want to play basically a game that has a combination of a fishing simulator, a farm simulator, and like all that other stuff on it, like making sushi and stuff, it kind of encapsulates what a modern game should feel like in terms of like you want a cozy, fun simulation kind of game. I feel like that's the best one.
It's been on the list. I've been wanting to play it.
You got to. They just got the new DLC. I'm gonna have to play that soon, where you can now do the jungle stuff. You should definitely check it out, Shock. I think you would love it.
One day, it's on the list, man.
Yeah. Also, because you're both fathers, I say this all the time. Perfect pickup and put down video game. Dave the Diver.
I have dabbled with it a bit, and I have enjoyed what I've played of it. I just have to get back to it and really kind of, no pun intended, dive in.
That was a good one.
That was a great one. Oh, we got Sonic popping up here.
No! Everyone, if you know me, everyone knows that was going to
be I feel like it's coming. So
yeah, I'm sorry. You're a loser if you don't have Sonic.
All right, Jay, since you already gave us your number 3, I'll save you for last on this one, and I'm going to go...
Are we on number 4?
Yes.
Oh, save me for last on 4. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So since you already got one of yours earlier out of the way, I'm going to go with mine. And this is the only mascot that still has survived from the 2000s PlayStation era that Sony refuses to let die. And that is Rachet from Ratchet and Clank. And I guess you could say it's a combination play that we got going.
That's my honorable mention.
So there we go. You got your Shock's honorable mention. So now you got to make another honorable mention now.
What?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. My wife asked me a question. But yes, I remember the kind of good old trio back on the PlayStation 2 era was, of course, Sly Cooper, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank. Were some of the best platforming games from that era. PlayStation was really killing it. And I loved the original Ratchet and Clank. I didn't like the remake of the first game because in the first game, what I liked about Ratchet and Clank were they were like assholes to each other, like they didn't really.
No, they changed that.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah, so I just that was like one of the biggest shocks to me
because they get mad at each other, right? They have like a falling out. And then they told you, like, it's okay, buddy, kind of thing.
Well, it's more like Ratchet, Clank just doesn't like respect Ratchet, and Ratchet just doesn't respect Clank. And they kind of have to grow to accept that. Versus like in the remake that they did for the PS4, they kind of like, yeah, bro, we're totally tight dog, like right away.
Oh, I do remember that.
They got rid of that little edge. But, beyond that, Ratchet and Clank is just a very interesting and like we were talking about, Not I wouldn't say interesting. Let me think of a better word. Ratchet and Clank was just like the epitome of that 2000s humor because each one of their games started to be more like a metaphor for something, like Going Commando and
my mom freaked when I bought that game. When my stepdad bought me Going Commando, she's like, "What the fuck did you just buy my game?"
So there was that one, and it was Up Your Arsenal was the other one.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That went over my head as a kid. I didn't get it. I understood the Going Commando.
Yeah, so the people at Insomniac, they had such great success on the PS1 with Spyro the Dragon, and they knew how to make a really good, fun mascot, like you said, because Ratchet and Clank, like they kind of have that like appeal to them. They're very aesthetically pleasing. They could be perceived as cute and fun. They got like the big anime eyes, as you can see too, and there's like some fun humor in this too, especially with like the newscasters and everything too. And what was the green guy? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I'm blanking.
Captain Quark.
Captain Quark too was a very fun tribute to, I guess, some 90s platformers too. Did you ever? He reminded me of an obscure game. Did you ever hear of Blasto?
No.
Blasto is a PS1 game, and I think it.
Oh my god, it looks just like him.
Yeah, like I said, it looks just like him.
It's him, but red.
Yeah. So that's the only thing I could think of, is that they might have been like real fun Blasto fans, but they like had a small tribute to him. I never confirm nor deny this. I would have to, if I could get a chance, I would ask one of the original devs if that was their inspiration for it. But it just had some really fun humor. A lot of it kind of gave me a lot of Double Fine vibes, like the early like Monkey Island, Grim Fandango.
Oh my
Like
god, I love those games.
It does feel like they took a lot of their humor inspiration from it, and really fun gameplay. You know, like all these weapons that they had in there, the rhino, the flamethrower, the little servo bots that came out of nowhere and would blow stuff up. They made it very impressive.
Oh, there was a chicken gun, dude. You can turn them into chickens.
Yes, you're right.
Ray.
But yeah, like I said, Ratchet and Clank was just this fun one, and it just stood the test of time. I haven't been a fan of the PlayStation 3 games that came later. It seems they were just dumping everything they could onto Ratchet games, and they never felt as good. Like Crack in Time or anything never really felt as good. No, but the first 3 Ratchet and Clank games, I think they're amazing.
I like Deadlock. Deadlock was a super fun game too.
Deadlock was the multiplayer one, right?
It was multiplayer.
How about you, Jay? Do you have any memories of Ratchet and Clank?
So no, because at this point in time, I made the jump from PlayStation 1 to Xbox. So I missed Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter, Sly Cooper. I kind of missed all those because I just didn't have the PS2 for this era.
Boo.
Yep, pretty much.
Wow, that sucks.
So I missed a lot of these kind of iconic PlayStation.
I do think the move is to do the switch from PS2 to 360. I think that was like the best way to go because the PS2 was so good.
I did play like a good chunk of PS2 because it was kind of the more common console you'd see at cousins' houses or friends' houses. So I played a good chunk of it. But with these being one-player games, we never really got together to play them. These are ones that I just really never got my hands on. We'd play, other stuff, X-Men Legends, all these different things that were multiplayer. So I just really never got a chance to get a lot of these, an experience with these mascots and these platformers. I do have a PS5, and I know some of these, like Sly Cooper, I believe, is on the PS Now service, and I want to say some of these are too. So again, on the list to finally get back to them, just never got the chance to in real time when they came out. And then at that point, I was kind of starting to get away from these mascot games and more towards like I remember one of my favorite games at the time when I first got Xbox, or at least when it came out for Xbox, was Splinter Cell. And that's when I kind of started to get more towards just, teenage level games, getting away from these ones a bit.
Now this looks like a kiddie game.
Well, that's the thing. Is like I was just gonna say. Now I look back, I'm like, I could play these. I just played Astrobot last year, and I friggin' loved it. So like, at this point in my life, I can still appreciate these 3D platformers. But at that point, it was kind of that phase of like trying to go from being a kid to a teenager, being like, I don't want to play those kiddie games. I want to play real gritty games and games that have weapons and all this stuff. So I just had that mind state at that point in time in my life. Whereas now I can look back and say like, no, these are great games. You can still appreciate them.
It is kind of funny how like kid games and adults are actually kind of like the same, like geographic. You know what I mean? Like simple platformers are enjoyed by kids and like much older adults. But that whole edgy, like everyone was playing Call of Duty when they were 14.
Exactly.
That's what the PS3 era was.
360 for me.
It definitely was like that for sure.
But yeah, you can play all these games, dude. Unlike Nintendo, dude, Sony definitely has all their classics like pretty available on modern consoles.
Yeah. AC, I also introduced him to the greatness of Sly Cooper. So Sly Cooper is awesome. Just tried it out recently. Yeah, the first 3 games also are on PS5, so you can actually play Sly Cooper now.
I never played the 4th one.
We got Mr. Static joining us here. Hello, Static. Ratchet was the shit.
Oh, good. Yep.
We got a Splinter Cell shout out, so Neo's like, Splinter Cell.
Yep. That's my Splinter Cell buddy. We always talk about it.
Which Splinter Cell was on the PSP? That was the only one that I played.
I don't remember because I didn't
was
have
it Double
PSP.
Agent?
I'll tell you right now.
Remember.
Yeah, Double Agent. If it was, that's the worst one in my opinion. The first three are phenomenal, and I think each one gets better as you go through that original trilogy. Chaos Theory is to me the best Splinter Cell game. Double Agent sucked. I believe the one after that was Conviction, which was meh. And then there was one that came out in like 2013 that wasn't all that great either.
Yeah, I don't even remember it. So there you go. I don't
Yeah,
even know
Blacklist. It might have been Splinter Cell Blacklist. Might have been the name. I might be getting it wrong, but it was forgettable.
The only thing that I thought Metal Gear was better, but I never properly gave Splinter Cell a chance, like the OG ones. But I do like the night vision. That was what stuck out.
Oh yeah, that was it's so I've never got into Metal Gear. I don't know. The first games I just could not get into. And even when it transitioned away from some of those, top down look and tank control stuffs, I probably could have got into it, but at that point I was so embedded in just like Splinter Cell's my guy, Sam Fisher's my guy.
I don't think you're allowed. You're not allowed to give
a chance.
You're not allowed to like Coke and Pepsi at the same time. You know
right?
What I mean?
Yeah, you got to pick a side.
You got to pick one. I don't think anybody likes Metal Gear and Splinter Cell.
And I definitely fit that mold because I didn't like the original Metal Gears. I loved the original Splinter Cell, and I just became a Splinter Cell fan from there. So
I think it comes down to is like, are you more of a serious person, or do you like the weird Japanese like weirdness about it?
And I'm definitely more on like the serious side of things for sure. When
I'm a weeb,
When it comes to like a stealth special ops kind of game, like I liked that. You know what I mean? Like I got no issue with kind of the goofy Japanese style on some things and the anime style. I had no issue with it on certain games, but when it came to like a stealth special ops sim, I wanted that, grittier, real type of feel, and that was Splinter Cell for me.
No, I kind of get you, but I never I'm not a huge fan of stealth games. The only real stealth games I'm kind of liking are the Assassin's Creed ones, but even then you can kind of just be more loud in those games.
Yeah, especially once you get to 4, you can really start to open it up to be a little bit more just brawl instead of stealth.
Yeah, especially true. Perfect time to say that because they just redid Black Flag.
I know I need to get that and stop playing it. I've been looking forward to that.
I've been playing it a little bit here and there. I'm just like struggling to get into it only because I'm also playing Dragon's Dogma. So it's just been I'm the first one.
Oh, nice. Dark Arisen.
Yeah, because I got the second one coming with the DLC. And I actually just sent number 2 to Neo here for his birthday, so he could go check that out as well.
I wonder if it's stable now, because I was watching a lot of people playing it, and man, it was a very unstable game.
You know what? It's kind of, we're going a little sidetrack here. First, I played it on Xbox, and I just felt that it didn't map well to the controller on Xbox for me personally. It feels like it is mapped perfectly for PlayStation play.
Interesting.
Because I played it on PC, I played it on Xbox, and I played it on PlayStation. And PlayStation's the only one that's sticking with me because it feels like it's mapped perfectly.
I've only played it on PlayStation,
Yeah, so that's just my 2 cents. But I heard that it on PS5 Pro it was a lot better. But I think they have done some...
I'm not buying that, dude.
That's what they said. I don't know.
Look, I'm the Sony pony here, dude. If I'm saying it ain't worth it, it ain't worth it.
Yeah. But yeah, that is my number 4, Ratchet and Clank.
Great one. I'm glad it was mentioned.
Yes, the only one to survive the 2000s war, as they would say.
I would say like the reason why, like, because the other 2 franchises had such good endings, you couldn't revive them.
Well, they tried with Sly Cooper. That's the thing. They just
I never gave it a chance, so I don't know if it's good or not. I never played it.
Yeah, the Thieves in Time one. Well, that was also made by Sanshiro Games. It was kind of like their attempt to pitch a revival, and I guess it just flopped. There's also some weird story elements to that, but that's all I have to say on that. All right, Jay, you're number 4.
All right, so I probably should have prefaced my whole list here by saying I didn't necessarily pick the ones that I know are the best of all time. Some of mine are pretty obscure here, as you could tell with Mort the Chicken. Obviously, Sonic and Mario. Obviously, these characters are better mascots than Mort the Chicken. and probably this next one as well. But these are just 5 that I really liked that I just kind of wanted to shine a light on. So I want to preface that this time around before I go into this one. So for me, this was one I played a crap ton of again when I was a kid, specifically the second game in his series, and I believe the last game, so I don't think he got another one. Croc for the PS1.
Croc
2.
Nice.
Croc 2 was one of my favorite games as a kid, and I played, again, the crap out of that game. It was so much fun. Basic 3D platformer, nothing special, nothing crazy. Didn't blow your mind with mechanics or anything like that. Wasn't even trying to, really. It was just trying to throw its hat in the ring of animal-based, kind of humanoid-ish style, mascot characters that they were going with at the time. And
owned by Fox. I didn't know that.
Oh, I actually didn't know that either. And Croc just kind of, wow, I feel like I haven't seen that logo in a while. Jeez. Or maybe I just saw it a bunch with this game when I was loaded it up. But this one just fit the bill for, especially at my age at the time. It was an easy game. It wasn't overly difficult. Mechanics all straightforward, simple, but cool designed character. This I would say fit probably more in the realm of like a cute character than cool like a Geks was. But just cool world, cool game. There was these little like furball creatures. I forget what they were called, like something with a G, gobos or something. They were like the inhabitants of the island and the things you were trying to save throughout it. And you just played as this little crocodile named Croc, and you collect these jewels and all these things. You make your ways through the levels, and it was straightforward, but it was a lot of fun. It was, again, nothing crazy, but it was them throwing their hat in the ring of this, war that was going on with who could make the best or most long-lasting video game mascot.
I just love all the platformers in the jungle kind of thing, dude.
It was like right on theme with that.
Yes.
Like the music was really good too. The music, there's even like the sound that I guess I wouldn't say sound design because it's not like it was super special, but the music was good. But the voices, they didn't voice the characters; they just had them speak gibberish. But they all had different sounds, and like they all sounded cool and interesting. Like the little furry things had their own sound.
Yeah,
Croc had his own. That type of thing where they just speaking gibberish, but you got the subtitles to read it.
I love that. Yeah,
it was just really cute, really well made, really fun, and had a good atmosphere to it.
Yeah, I like that too. And like I said, you could kind of tell that this does look like it has a lot of inspiration to it. Like 99. So I think this was around the Banjo-Kazooie hype as well. And I feel like some of the models like have like the giant eyes and all that stuff.
Which came first? Let me see.
Croc or Banjo? I might have been this.
90s.
I wanted to say Banjo, but I could be wrong.
Banjo and Kazooie came out. Oh, come on. You can't tell me.
I always just go with release. That's the best way to Google. But yeah,
it came out. Actually, no. Croc came out first a year before.
Really? Oh, I wouldn't have thought that. I wouldn't have thought that. This kind of does have a rare feel to it, to be honest with you.
I was about to ask. Yeah, I don't know who made it because it's like
not. I don't believe. I think it was that logo at the beginning.
Argonaut Soft.
Yeah, Argonaut Software. That again, I don't know if they've made games since. I feel like I haven't even seen their logo since loading up this game back in the day.
Yeah. I think it was a dead studio.
I would think so because I don't.
Well, they made the Emperor's New Groove.
I like that game.
Yeah, that game's great. They made Star Fox 2.
Really?
Huh.
Did not know that.
They developed Star Fox 2 for the Super Nintendo.
No kidding.
Well, we learn something new every day.
Yeah.
The only thing I really know about Croc is that this is the most I've ever seen.
And the Harry Potter games. I'm sorry. The PlayStation 1, the Chamber of Secrets, that game I do know.
Well, the PS1 Hagrid meme?
Yeah. Yes, they made that. Wow, underrated studio.
But as I was going to say, when I go out retro hunting, this is the most Sega Saturn game I've ever seen. Like that, if you go to a retro store and they have any Sega Saturn games, you might find just this one, and always this one. It seems like
like I said, I don't know what it was about this game, but I just loved it. I don't even think it was. I mean, it couldn't have been super popular because I believe it was the last one he got, so it must have been a failure.
It's got the banjo charm, dude. It's
super
charming and bright. This is totally up my alley.
100%, dude. 100%. It's just like I said. It feels like it's rare. I mean, everything about it, the way it looks, the way it sounds, the way they designed it. And again, well, no, I guess we just determined that this one came out first, so maybe Rare pulled some influence from it. I don't know, but it just has that type of feel.
How orchestrated it was, where it's like, hey, we're gonna push this very specific genre. We want multiple like bright animal jungle platformers, so that they can sell like more games because hey, you like this, you'll also like this.
Kids like alligators, little boys like alligators.
Well, that's the thing is like kids,
like crocodiles.
They do like animals, right? So that's number one. Kids are always one of their first interests is like trains, trucks, and animals. So that's always like a thing you can bank on there. Plus, I think the jungle setting just leads for really colorful designs.
Yes.
I mean, you see it with Crash Bandicoot 2 in the first opening levels of that game to really hook you into it. It just leaves you open for so many colorful designs to just catch the eye and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it makes sense that was kind of the common theme throughout these things.
Yeah,
we're Sony bros. We like the water, the good water physics, bro. Look at the water.
I know that's the only thing that they could tell me about Horizon Forbidden West is the water.
Oh, please. It's nowhere near Final Fantasy X.
You know what? Like the best joke about Horizon Forbidden West is the water is great looking, and everyone just runs away from the bosses when they have video.
Oh, great!
They never show like you fighting them. They're always like, "How come you're always running away from the action in these games?"
Because it's not fun juggling a bunch of arrows and running around. First one was all right, but I got tired of it. I couldn't finish it.
First one's a great game, but has like the most asinine and stupid story I've ever played.
Yeah, I thought it's super interesting in the beginning, where it's like, oh, okay, like there's no God, it's technology. That's a cool idea if you're not super annoying with it. But then she gets real pretentious with it,
and then it just it falls off. I want to do a spoiler cast for it. I don't want to spoil the story for people, but geez. Once you get to the aha moment, it's like, really, this is where they came up with writing. Why do people think this is a good story?
That wasn't. It was like, I was expecting something a lot cooler.
Static says Chamber of Secrets was a terrible game. It's perfectly.
Fuck you! Ban him. Ban him. You banned. I hate Harry Potter, dude. I just knew that. I don't know why I played that game. My cousin had it.
I guess the Game Boy version is really fun. That's all I know.
Oh, we need to bring that back, where there was a game on the console and then it had a shitty Game Boy version of it. The DS did the same thing too, and it was great. Sometimes the DS version was better.
You know what I found out recently that I need to add to my collection? They had a Game Boy, just a regular Game Boy version of Jet Set Radio.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah.
No,
I've seen it. I've seen it twice in the wild, and the last time. Yes, because I didn't know this game existed until I was retro hunting one day.
News to me.
And there was one at my favorite shop, and it was there for like a year. And I kept saying, "Oh, I'll buy it next time. No one's buying this." And then last week when I went there, it was gone. I was like, "Well, fuck me, I guess. This is what I get."
I've been saying for years now that I got to get my hands on an original Xbox. Not that it would be difficult to. I just have not put the time and effort to do it, just so I can play Jet Set Radio Future again, because I adored that game.
Yeah, I got a few things I want to play on the OG Xbox too.
Well, yeah, there's actually quite a few more, but that's the one that, like, if there was a retro console mover, for me, it's Jet Set Radio Future. Yeah. I have to go and I have to pick up an old Xbox just to play that specifically.
It's also on the Dreamcast, right?
It started on the Dreamcast,
be, right? I was gonna say. But I didn't know that it was on Xbox. Now that I think about it,
they released version. It with the. It was again. I don't know if it was a launch with the Xbox, but it was a combo game. It was like Sega GT Racing and Jet Set Radio Future combo, packaged with Xboxes. That's the one I got for Christmas. So it was like the first game I ever played on it.
Nice.
Jet Grind Radio on Game Boy Advance. It was. I don't think it's a Game Boy Advance game there, Neo, but I've seen it.
Oh, what is it? Just a game color? Wait.
I think it's just a regular Game Boy game. Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
because I
have
remember
to see
seeing
this.
it. Here, I gotta look this up.
I gotta see this. Jet Set Radio GB, just GB. Okay.
Also,
I
great,
assume GBA as well. No, it's
great.
a GBA. It's
Oh, yeah,
Game Boy
so-
Advance.
All right, cool. So yeah, it was a Game Boy Advance one. I thought it was just Game Boy because the box did not look that good on the side.
I want to see gameplay, dude. Like, I'm so curious.
Yeah, but another thing too, if you want to play the Dreamcast version, you still can on your PlayStation Vita if you got that. So if you want to play the old version of that and you have a Vita, go download it right now before the store shuts down.
Yeah, right before you can't.
Ah,
Great soundtrack for Jet Set Radio Future.
Oh,
too.
amazing.
Phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
Phenomenal.
Oh, amazing soundtrack. Like I said, it was one of the first games to actually get me into wanting an Xbox was Jet Set Radio.
Oh, I'm gonna get this on my 3DS, dude. This looks great. Oh my god, this looks way too good.
All right, speaking of way too good, Shock number 3.
My turn. Number 3. What do we got here? My number 3 is not that. Haha. There she is.
Jill Valentine?
Miss Jill Valentine. The one and only. Not the RE5 blonde version. My god, I hate that version.
You mean the goat? The goat version?
No, I hate that one. Because I'm a big Marvel vs. Capcom fan, and I hated because Jill's one of my mains on Marvel vs. Capcom 2. But on 3, I can't stand her character, man. Ugh. What's so funny about Resident Evil though is like it technically I almost debated not like when I was putting the list together, I said I can't put Resident Evil characters in here because Resident Evil actually doesn't have a mascot. There's too many characters and there's too much of like gaps between the character sequels. It's one of the most like unorganized game franchises ever.
It does feel like there's like 3 that they kind of run between. It's Jill, Chris, and Leon are kind of like the main faces.
And there's huge gaps between their sequels though for there to be actual like enough momentum to be like this is the definitive one. Because it's like OG fans who are older than me, right? They played like the first Resident Evil 1. They're like, no, the Resident Evil is about Chris. Chris is the main character. And as a kid, I'm like, no, it's not. Like it's Leon. Like it's that's Jill.
It comes down to it's just like which one resonated with you the most.
Exactly.
You know? Like for me, I would say obviously my mascot of Resident Evil series would be Leon because I feel like Leon has just kind of transcended the other 2 just because he feels like he got the benefit of being a failed Dante clone, and they gave him Dante's personality, so that helped him kind of transition a little bit more.
The thing is Dante. I love Dante too, but Leon is my favorite Resident Evil character, of course. I don't think he's the mascot because when his popularity kind of came when the whole mascots were kind of dying. But when I think of a mascot, you think of the beret, dude. So many girls, if a girl liked video games in the early 2000s, it was either Pokemon or Resident Evil. So many women loved Jill Valentine. Like that's the first time I ever saw a cosplayer where I saw a picture. I'm like, hey, they're wearing the little shoulder things and the beret and just like Jill Valentine. Like that's where I learned what the Resident Evil was because these girls were dressing funny. And I'm like, why are they wearing this hat and then this and that? It's like, oh, they're dressing like video game characters.
Yeah.
It's like that iconicness at the time. She was the most influential character. It's not anymore, of course, but I just want to capture at the moment she was the mascot, but not anymore.
I would say that even her Resident Evil 3 outfit was a little bit more friendly for cosplayers too.
Oh yeah.
I think even still to this day, when I used to go to anime conventions, I think that was one of the more popular one amongst the women.
It was
for the video game section because it was pretty easy to do, you know,
the black and the gem. Yeah, you just had to get a convincing looking gem kind of thing. Yeah. But I love the art design for Marvel's Capcom 2 when they did the hand drawn stuff, dude. Oh, I love replaying Resident Evil 1 Oh, with Jill, it's so good. It's just and like people, I still think, like anecdotally, people knew Jill more than Chris.
I,
And
I
then
I would agree with you. Yeah.
and then Resident Evil 4 had a lot of fans that they didn't know what the first ones and the two were. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Resident Evil 4 helped really rejuvenate the popularity of Resident Evil
Yeah.
because I think first Resident Evil was great, Resident Evil 2 also really great. Resident Evil 3 was reviewed well, but there's also a weird, feeling about that game amongst fans,
I need to play it again. It's
I
been a
played
long time.
I just played the remake and I thought it was really well done and I thought they did a great job with Jill in that game. Like honestly, I was like, damn, dude, they really kind of encapsulated the kind of fear and Jill getting her ass beat so much from running away from Nemesis.
I thought she was too serious. I don't know. I didn't quite like remake Jill.
I didn't mind it only because I feel like that Jill like had seen some shit, but even this shit she hasn't seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just her personality changes too much in the remake that I didn't like. But I got to replay the old one. But I think she's still different in 3 than she is in 1, of course. Like, I get that argument. But even in 3, she still kind of kept her same attitude and her same personality of being, shockingly still cheerful and optimistic, even though she was terrified, instead of the whole, like, gritty, like, I have PTSD. Like, I don't know. That didn't resonate with me. I didn't quite like it.
I like that one a little bit more, but also like they kind of changed up everyone's personalities.
Oh, yeah.
Like Leon was more of an asshole in Resident Evil 2, like the original, and in remake he wasn't so much as an asshole. That's
he went from like, cool 90s like comedian to like, I don't know, like some California boy band, like
I don't know, he was more like, I'm a cop, you gotta listen to me. And then he's like, I'm a cop, this is my first day, I have no idea what's going on. I thought that one fit better,
a little bit.
Because it's
so 2 and OG2 and OG4 have very different personalities.
I haven't really played 4 too, but that
you haven't played 4?
The remake.
No, I'm talking. No, I'm talking about just OG.
Well, yeah,
OG4. They have very different personalities too.
Well, I always say is to counter. Remember, Resident Evil 4 was originally Devil May Cry.
Yes,
and that's kind of plays into why I keep saying that he was a failed Dante clone, because Dante is actually a clone of Leon, and then Leon kind of took his personality when they were making the game.
And so Leon is too split as a character. Like when you say, hey, who likes Leon in a room of like 10 people, they're not all going to agree on the same Leon.
Yeah.
Jill's character kind of stops. Like her story kind of ends at 5, really. And the remake wasn't really popular, and I agree why it wasn't really too popular. I think the game looks good and it looks fun, but it's just I don't like Jill's personality. It's just her story ended, her personality ended. The Jill from the first Resident Evil and then to the OG3, like that defined Jill is what more people can agree on is their favorite version of the character. So I think I debated myself putting her back on the list because of how cool she was and how loved she was for the OG.
Oh, it's a fun
one. Love her art style too. It's great.
She's one of the trio, I would say, of Chris, Leon, and her. It's not a bad choice.
Yes.
Plus, I got her statue. Her and Leon are the only Resident Evil statues I have.
Which one, the remake or the first one?
Yeah, the remakes did a giant collector's editions that came.
I've seen the Leon one. I haven't seen the Jill one.
I'll send you a picture afterwards.
How come oh my gosh, Claire? How come Claire's not popular? Isn't that weird?
I think Claire is in the top 5.
I've never heard someone say Claire's their favorite Resident Evil fan.
The funny thing is, people don't say Claire is their favorite, but everyone says Code Veronica is like one of their top ones. Sometimes.
Yeah, right. I like Claire. She's not the top 5 best character. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. It's kind of weird. You know what I mean? It's like that weird paradox where a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I love Veronica," but almost
put it in your top 5. Yeah.
but you don't like you won't say like, oh, well, I love Claire the most. She's the kind. She's an important character, but just like she feels like she's always kind of like the afterthought. It's like the middle child who's like really good at everything.
Totally. Yes.
But she's the middle child. That's the problem.
She doesn't feel believable though, because she's just some random girl looking for her brother, and then she's like suplexing people and dodging helicopters. It's like, what? How did you get from this to this? Leon had to train for 6 years, damn it, by the president of the United States to suplex Mexicans in a village. What did you do to earn that respect? Nothing.
Exactly. I think even some people talk about Sheva more, to be honest, sometimes. And really, I couldn't even tell you anything out about her besides Resident Evil 5.
No. Yeah. Well, I mean, she was hot.
How about you? How about you, Jay? You got some things you'd like to add?
Unfortunately for Resident Evil characters, no. It's a series I've tried a couple times to get into, and I keep trying to start at the first game, but I can't get over the controls. I hate controls like that. I just can't get past them. So I've never been able to continue with the series. And I know it's changed since, but I don't know. I've never gotten the bug to really dive into this series. So just not one I'm familiar with enough to really have an opinion. I know Jill Valentine. I know Leah. Like, they're so iconic that I know who they are. Yeah. I just don't know the ins and outs of, their games and their character.
It's the beret, man. That, so. The beret is so iconic.
I mean, fair enough, because that's how I like. It's very recognizable, so fair enough. It's just not a series I've ever been into, so I can't really put an opinion on it.
No, that's fair enough. I mean, honestly, there's only so much time in the day, and how much time you can devote to stuff. So
it's funny. I literally within the last 6 months, I've tried twice, because quite a few of them are on the PlayStation Now service, and I tried the first game again. I'm gonna say that one I've tried it twice within the past 6 months. Most recently, within the past month and a half, and the tank controls just got me again. I can't get into it. That's the reason I didn't get into Tomb Raider either.
You don't have to do the tank controls in the remaster though. The remake. The first one, the one on the GameCube that's on Steam.
So I haven't played that.
Oh, really? You've been playing the PS1
the original? Yeah. So on PlayStation Now, they have a port of the original PS1 version, which does have the tank controls, and it turns me away from it.
You're all wrong. It's okay. It's okay to be wrong.
If there's another version, I'd be happy to try it, because I cannot do tank controls.
The best version of Resident Evil is the GameCube version, the one that's on Steam. And it does
have everything now, by the way.
Yeah, it is on everything now. It has an alternative control where you can actually just use it like a normal person. But the thing is it's actually gonna screw you up even more, because what you actually don't like are the fixed camera angles.
Yeah,
the fixed camera angles.
Way to put it too. That sucks.
That's what's gonna screw you up more than the tank controls, because the tank controls actually prevent the fixed camera angles from screwing you up. Because if you're moving the stick upward, right, and then you go into a hallway and the camera angle switches, if you move that stick a little bit, they'll turn around and they'll start spinning. You know what I mean? Gotcha. Versus in tank controls, that doesn't happen. But it sounds really funny. Like, that's the thing about Resident Evil. When you're like, hey, bud, I want to get into Resident Evil. What should I play? Like, all right, listen here. You either play the first one or the fourth one. And you're like, why? What about 2 and 3? No, you don't. You either play the first one or you play the fourth one.
No, I say you start with Resident Evil 0 and play them in order. That's what I say.
There you go.
Play the absolute worst one with 0.
Yeah, I got farther than last time when I recently played it before my kid was born, and I kind of was enjoying it a little bit, but then I had to go back to it. But yeah,
that game was supposed to be on the N64. You know that, right?
Wait, 0? I thought.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, originally it started out as an N64 game.
Huh.
Yeah. So there's your fun fact of the day.
And wasn't 2 on Resident Evil 2 was on 64, right?
2 was on 64, and a lot of people don't know this, but Resident Evil 1 was also on the Sega Saturn.
Wow, I would love to play that.
That's been a holy grail of mine too, by the way.
How much is it?
It's like $250.
Oh my god!
Wow, damn.
That's
It's
actually
a
kind
Sega
of cheap.
Saturn game. That's why, though. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I mean, the PlayStation, dude, like the OG Resident Evil 1, not the director's cut, not the greatest hits reprint, is like $200. Like the OG one.
Yeah, but Static says I beat Zero. It was one reason I bought the cube,
Oh, the GameCube or the GameCube?
the GameCube,
No, just kidding.
because it was a GameCube exclusive. Like
Yes,
that
it
and
was.
the original Resident Evil remake.
Yep.
But
Where
yeah, no.
that was a smart move by GameCube because that's how I played it. I first played it 4.
Well, yeah, because they were both locked. Like the funny part is, Capcom made a real big like exclusivity deal with Nintendo at the beginning, because they had a lot of one. Like that PN03 game was also a Capcom game. Beautiful Joe and Resident Evil 4 were.
I love Beautiful Joe.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for them to come back already. I just port them. Come on.
I would
Surprised
say
they haven't.
Same.
I think they want to. Usually, when they don't port things over, it's because they want to do like a remake or a remaster. They just can't get it approved, you know.
I don't know. They seem to go in cycles. I mean, we're getting a fucking new Onimusha game in like 2 months,
Mm.
and that took forever. Speaking of, if you hate tank controls, Jay, oh boy, you're gonna love Onimusha.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is. Tomb Raider, like I cannot get into tank controls. They drive me nuts. Drive me absolutely nuts.
No, I get it. I could kind of work around it, but I understand. I totally get it.
I
if
have
you
no
hate
issues
tank
with them. I love them.
Here, I'll make a bet with you, Shock. Play Mega Man Legends 1 on the PS1, and then tell me if you love tank controls.
I feel like which one was that one? Which one was that one? Legends 2 or 1?
The first one.
On the PlayStation 1?
Yes, because that was made pre-DualShock controls.
Oh, I do remember this.
Yeah, that game will make you hate tank controls. That game is a fucking chore. I love that game a lot, but that is a massive
I just remember
chore.
not being. I was just not good at it as a kid.
Yeah, it's tough. You have to.
I will. You know what? Challenge accepted. I will play it because I was a stupid kid. I didn't know what I was doing. It was too complicated of a game for a kid.
You got a PS3?
I'm gonna buy one.
Buy a PS3 and buy them right now before the store goes down, because they're like $5 each.
Right.
Yeah, they're $5 each, and if you want them physically, they're $150 each. So
Well, my
that's-
girl's little brother wants to play the first Infamous, like really, really bad for some reason. But I was like, yeah, I can't find it. I got to find a way for you to play it. I'm like, I'm just gonna get a 3. I like the PS3.
All right, moving on. I'm gonna go with my number 3 then, and I'm gonna break the wall here and say this is the first mascot that I'm going to share, where he is actually not in a video game until much, much later in the life cycle of nostalgia trips. And that was the good old Japanese mascot for the Sega Saturn, Segata Sanshiro. And he was completely a commercial icon in Japan to sell basically the Sega Saturn. Why is this not full screen here properly? Here we go. And these commercials, like, you just gotta watch them. They're so over the top.
Great.
Where it's just like he just is just murking people and telling them.
I have a feeling the commercial is going to be better than the game.
No, he doesn't have a game. He's just a mascot to sell the product.
Oh, so a literal mascot.
What is he literally is a mascot. He's just some dude.
Oh, dude, Sonic R-Word. Let's go. That game is way too much fun.
No, but this guy literally was just a product of marketing only.
So he just assaults people because you buy my console?
Yeah. that is
amazing.
This is one of the best things.
He kind of looks like Reggie. I don't know. Oh my god, he assaults women too.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He's an equal opportunity. He just says you got to play more Sega Saturn. And
what was that?
That was Shining Forces. But I think this is my favorite commercial right here.
He's like, his freaking neck, dude.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
video
so
game commercials were so good in this era.
Oh, here we go. Japanese Christmas.
I'm going to say this right now. He actually does get later on for a video game called Project X Zone.
Oh my God, what's he gonna do to the kids?
In the future version of Project X Zone,
No.
he actually is a character inside of the video game. So in the year 2000, I think 14 or 15, for people who don't know what this is, that game is, it's a crossover game between Capcom, Bandai Namco, and Sega. And it's a turn-based I sent it to you, Shock. It's a turn-based tactical RPG. And it combines all the famous characters from different IP. So
he's in that?
No, he's in the sequel.
Whoa, I was like, what? Yeah, that game's fun so far.
Yeah. So the funny part about that is like I said, that's when I first learned about this guy because I had no idea who he was. And then Jason, when we were doing our top 5 video game episode, he brought him up too with me. And that's where I learned about him. And I will tell you this right now. They carry over his over-the-top personality into that game to a T, and it's wonderful. Basically, just like what you see what he's doing right here, he is just loved by everyone that is a Sega character. Like, everyone in the video game that's a Sega IP, like, when he gets introduced to them, they're like, oh my God, it's you! And they all, like, are hugging him and loving him. And they're like, and everyone's confused. They're like, why are you so popular with everyone? How does everyone know you, even though it's, like, through time and space in different dimensions,
including you, the player. Like, who's this guy?
Yeah, but yeah, I wanted to add this guy on here because it's just such a over-the-top marketing campaign for this guy. Like every commercial is him just blowing stuff up. This should have been launched in America too, because I think this would have done really well in America.
Oh, totally would.
I think as well. Yeah. People would have got the joke for sure.
America loves Japan. Japan, stop fucking overthinking everything. Like, I can't believe Japan thought America wouldn't like Fire Emblem. Like, what are you talking about? Knights and swords and shit? Fuck off. Of course we like it.
The funny thing is, there's a video I would recommend to everyone if you want to learn about why some stuff happened with the Sega Saturn. Look up What Happened Sega Saturn by Maddie McMuscles. A great video, and it tells you all of the insanity that happened between Sega of Japan and Sega of America. But
it has to be the most failed console ever, right? Like, what's a worse flopping console?
Probably a 3DO, Atari, or stuff like that. Probably a lot of stuff.
But a sequel to the Genesis failing, like, that makes it even worse.
It's definitely probably up there.
Yeah.
I want to get this game, Burning Rangers.
That looks cool. It's like Phantasy Star.
It's actually a firefighting game, and it's pretty cool. But the problem is, it's also like
that's awesome. That's awesome.
That was perfect. That was amazing.
Oh my man. God.
Yeah, like I said, this guy. He may not have been a video game character, but he was a character to sell video games. That's for damn sure.
How is this not your number one?
I didn't want him to be my number one. It almost feels like it would, but I wanted to have him on this list just because it's like he just looks. Perfect. He kind of looks like Columbo if he was Japanese. That's just what it looks like.
House of the Dead.
But yeah, I love this guy. Definitely, like I said. If you want to actually play a video game with him in it, there's only one that I know of off the top of my head, and I definitely say go check out Project Cross Zone. One of my favorite games out there for the 3DS, but the sequel actually does bring him into there, and he is probably one of the most fucking characters.
Honestly, they should have had this campaign in the U.S. The Saturn might have done better.
Yes, it would have done so much better in the U.S.
Oh, but I sold at least one copy.
Yeah.
Console.
These are awesome.
These are great, man. I miss video game commercials. They don't really do commercials anymore.
Not the fun way. Now you just get trailers released online. That's it. You don't get any of this fun stuff.
Well,
The
like
Sakura Wars one. I love this one.
You still have the Crash Bandicoot ones with the guy in the big suit. I mean, they just don't really do them anymore.
You know what I think ruined video game commercials was the 360 and the PS3 era. The commercial was just the noise of the console. It was just a zoom Xbox. That's done. That's it.
Or
it was just like an advertisement
over
for
the
just
top they were too. That's another one.
Yeah, make commercials funny again, man.
All right, well, let's go. But yes, I wanted to put him down here. Like I said, he only has one video game appearance that I know of. He could have been in others, but I just think he was such a big icon in Japan, and it's just one of those things where it's like, why wasn't he brought over here?
I don't know.
That would have been probably one of the best ways to sell. Like you said, it would have helped sell the Saturn a little bit more.
Totally.
But those commercials were great. Definitely loved them a lot. And yeah, I had to put him at number 3. I know maybe you could have put him at number 1, but I feel like settle him in at number 3.
3's good. Yeah, 3 was good.
We got a good spot.
Yeah.
Here. But yeah, that's my number 3. Not as crazy as Mr. J here with all his characters so far. But I feel like got to give a shout out to one of the most underrated mascots, or probably the best mascot of If You Know, You Know.
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to go back to you, Shock. We're going to go with our now silver medals.
All right. Well, like I mentioned, my honorable mention was Rachet and Clank. I'm glad he got mentioned because I can't put too many Sony people as a mascot. So I'm going with Daxter, not Jack, just Daxter. Daxter's the mascot. Jak and Daxter is probably my favorite game of all time. It was like one of my favorite games as a kid. Man, it was just like, it was the first game with like graphics that like, it like left an impression on me. Like it was the bright colors and the green grass, and then the terrain changing and the multiple suns and multiple moves. It was like a fantasy world come to life. And I think of all the 3 trilogies, I think this is my favorite one. Like just Jak 1, the Precursor Legacy, is my favorite PlayStation 2 game, period.
Really? That's impressive.
Yes, the first one's my favorite. It gets murky when it goes to Jak 2 and 3 because Jak 1 came out, and then the year after Jak 1 came out, GTA, I think 4 or 3.
3
GTA 3,
out,
sorry,
yeah.
GTA 3 came out. And literally, Naughty Dog was basically like, yo, this GTA game was so good. We want to make Jak and Daxter GTA. Like, that's kind of literally what they did.
That is literally what the former CEO said on an interview, actually.
Well, I mean, like, what he actually said was they liked the edginess and they liked the no loading screens because everyone was so obsessed with no loading screens. But Jak 1 already didn't have loading screens. They had really clever like fake loading screens. You know what I mean? Where it was like a mini game where you drove the zoomer through like a volcano or through like a cave, and that little mini game acted like the loading screen. But again, you wouldn't know because you're still playing the game. So I already thought they cleverly did that. So I just think when it came to which mascot was cooler, what mascot was on the most, PlayStation magazines, what caught my attention as a kid was Daxter. He was funny. He was cool. He was a talking animal, right? That's what all kids love. I think Ratchet and Clank games are more fun. They're probably the longer, longevity. They're more fun. Sly games have a good trilogy, but I just think nothing was cooler and no one made me laugh as hard as a kid as Daxter. It's one of the coolest, most prettiest, beautiful games, and it's probably what ignited my passion for video games was this game.
So specifically Daxter, did you ever play the Daxter PSP game?
I did. It was pretty good.
I have not played that one. That's one that I did not play.
I like it. It's very Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh, really?
There's a lot of sex jokes, a lot of boobs, a lot of
really. I didn't
gags.
I didn't realize that was the type of humor in these games.
Yeah, Daxter was that guy who
I didn't
he
know
was
that.
the goon hound for sure.
He's a gooner. He's the OG gooner, bro.
Oh, okay.
Trying to hit on a bunch of girls. That was like the marketing. Or like, hey baby, why don't you and I go on the Zoomer? And then the girl would be like, rule number 1, I don't date animals. That was like the commercial that was, you saw it everywhere. Anytime you watch TV or something like that, that was the commercial that came on.
And you can actually play that today too. All of them have been ported to the PS4, and
Yes.
Daxter is also available on PS5 and PS4 now too.
Believe it or not, the remaster collection is actually not a good port. Buying the games individually as ports is the better way to go.
Yeah, I heard the PS3 copy wasn't good, and
It
I heard it was okay on the Vita though.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but
yeah, I've recently played this game like 4 months ago and got my platinum trophy, and man, there was no nostalgia. I was just like, this game is truly a picture of like a milestone in gaming. It is just as beautiful to play. The platforming is just as fun. The worlds are refreshing. It actually doesn't have a I forgot what everyone says. Like there's no game loop. It doesn't get repetitive. Every world feels different. Every world has a different gimmick to try to do. Especially what works is like every area has a different color eco, and the eco gives you a different power. And there's a lot of zoomers, like where you drive. There's a lot of few driving sections that can get kind of repetitive, maybe, but for the most part, yeah, this is the PlayStation 2 mascot, in my opinion. Nothing was cooler and funnier and more iconic than Daxter. Even if you want to argue that as a trilogy, Rachet and Clank and Sly may have been better trilogies, this is the best Sony mascot.
Man, I could not get into the first Jak and Daxter game as much as I could get into the second one. I don't know why.
I love all three of them, but the first one's so charming. The humor was funnier. But oh yeah, Daxter's good too. Daxter's really funny.
And this is one of those games you did not play, right, Jay?
Yeah, this was in that era of the PS2 Switch that I just missed them all because I was on Xbox.
I gotcha. Yeah, like I said, I was never a big fan of Jak and Daxter, but I was more of a fan of Jak 2. I did like the edginess. I did like the ability to drive cars and everything. I did like Daxter, though, as a character. He was funny.
Oh, yeah, he was super funny.
Yeah, I will say that. Like, Daxter was a pretty interesting character, because remember, for the people who don't know, Daxter doesn't start off as an animal. He was just a normal, like, elf dude who fell into a pool and then turned into
of dark
geeco. There you go. I couldn't remember what it was.
The humor's great, yeah. It's super charming. It's super funny. It's like edgy, like early 2000s Fast and the Furious kind of like criminal vibe and jokes. Yeah, the game's super funny.
All right, number 2, specifically Daxter from Jak and Daxter.
Yup.
All right, Jay, we've kind of had you basically be silent for the most part, but now you can talk again.
All right.
No, that's my fault for picking the same as Carl on geks.
No, that's fine.
So now my list starts to get a little bit more recognizable. Number 2 for me is a straightforward one. I think most people have played this game, I would imagine, at least, or one of his games. It's Crash Bandicoot. I was a huge Crash Bandicoot fan as a kid. One of the first games I really remember playing for the PlayStation, to be honest, if I got it right. I mean, I can't think of anything before Crash, really. I mean, just great. Just awesome, cool design of the character. I would say this one kind of almost bridges the gap between a cute character and a cool character. He felt like he had that cool 90s look with the cut off jean shorts and the gloves and the sneakers. But also was still kind of a cute looking weird bandicoot thing, even though this isn't at all what a bandicoot looks like.
His girlfriend's hot too.
I can't remember her name. What was her name?
I don't remember either.
I don't remember her name.
Oh yeah, maybe it was Candy.
I remember getting the icons of her head to get in the second game to get to like the bonus stages and things like that. I just can't remember what her name was. But cool characters all around. The little mask that follows you. The what is it? Akua mask or whatever it is.
I just love doing that as a kid. Yeah.
Just all around good gameplay. I thought really cool how it kind of, switched gameplay a bit from kind of, I don't even know what the style is called, to be honest with you, those kind of north-south runners where you're kind of running straight forward. Some of it's side-scrolling type of gameplay platforming.
It's a platformer. That's the best one.
All platformers in general, but just it's a platformer in general, but just the way they switch the levels to be like the running straight ahead versus sometimes things are chasing you and you're running kind of towards yourself, in terms of the screen. Sometimes it's levels where it's side-scroll platforming. You'd even have some where you're riding, polar bears or warthogs or this, that, the other thing. So for a platformer, they kind of threw a few different. I mean, again, it got a little repetitive in terms of that same style of formula each of the first 3 games at least, but it was still pretty cool for them to kind of throw those different versions of platforming all into one game. Boss fights are in there too that are all kind of different, not super difficult. I will say the games never really were super difficult back then, or even since I've played the Insane trilogy.
I know a lot of people said the first one was really fucking tough.
Oh, really? See, I didn't think so. I actually just beat the first and second one probably last year, the Insane trilogy. And I thought the same thing as a kid, that I didn't find them to be overly difficult. The first one does have a fairly difficult boss fight towards the end. That's kind of a pain in the ass. But generally speaking, I don't know. I guess I don't know. Maybe I happen to be decent at them or something, but I never found them to be all too difficult. The third one I remember the least. It's the first 2 I remember the most.
Yeah, ironically enough, the third one was the first time I ever played a Crash Bandicoot game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I got it for, as I said before, it was a Christmas gift from the rich lady my mom worked for. Mm-hmm. So for Christmas, she actually got me a PlayStation 1, her boss, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Wow, that was cool.
Mm-hmm. Very.
And the only game I had for it was Crash Bandicoot 3, or as it would like to let you know, Warped at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
And I thought that game was great, to be honest with you, especially because it was going through time and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So there would be like the Egyptian level. You're on the Great Wall of China riding, I think it was a tiger or something, and you had to go do all that stuff.
You got to be Coco, right? The polar bear, yeah.
Yeah, so I really did enjoy that as a kid a lot, but I never played the original 2.
Those are the best 2, in my opinion. I do have to give the third one another try, and I will, since I have it on the Insane trilogy. Mm-hmm. But the first 2, I just adore those games. Those are my favorite. I'd say the second's probably my favorite of both of those.
Yeah, I just think I like the boss fights a lot in 3, like Dingo Dial and everything else. Like they were very memorable to me.
It was good on the PS2 too. I like the Insane trilogy, or the what was the one where you were with Neo Cortex and you held the crystal and you'd use them to beat the shit out of people?
Oh,
I love that one. Yes, Twinsanity.
I've never played that one.
That one's hilarious, dude. Because Crash doesn't talk, right? But Cortex talks, and he has that very crude, like, conquer humor.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like,
he has that really fun cartoon villain vibe.
Yes, he's very Skeletor.
Yes, I can see that. But
so he'd be like, "I'm gonna ditch you, goodbye now," and then like die, and then you take his body and you use him to beat up the boss while he's passed out. Like it's just that kind of fun slap gag humor. Because Crash doesn't talk, but because Cortex talks, it's super funny and charming.
You know who Cortex reminds me of? A Tim Curry villain in a movie.
Yeah, you can see it.
I wish he didn't have a stroke, because I would have just tried to have had him be the voice of Cortex in the future video games. That would have been my dream casting.
Or a horrible movie where at least the casting's good.
You know what would be fun? Yeah, like a live action Crash and he's Dr. Cortex.
I'd give it a chance, yeah.
I would. It's kind of like Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, where it's like it's a weird choice, but he fucking owns it.
And he makes it work.
And
he's
and
not
I feel like,
Eggman, but he does really good.
Yeah, like
he makes it fun. It's definitely not who I ever would have pictured as Eggman.
Agree.
He makes it fun.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how, like, I wish that we had Tim Curry did not have his health problems, because I feel like he would have been the one I would have tried to reach out more, because he has that like ability to play like a not serious character.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of my favorite roles of him is in Congo. He knows how to be insulted and play it off really well. But yeah, Crash is a great one. Yeah, but Crash is a great choice there. It's hard to argue against it. Ironically enough, Naughty Dog really knew how to make mascots for their platform of choice.
They sure did.
Yeah, they did. They did.
I mean,
and Crash
still
is
kind of.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say they still kind of do because they did carry it on with Nathan Drake afterwards, even though he was not a like animal or anything like that, but at the same time he really does continue that trend of being the system seller.
I love Uncharted, but I do think that like with Jak 2 and Jak 3, it was kind of Naughty Dog being like, we don't really want to be the kiddie platformer, we want to be edgy. Which is unfortunate and it makes me kind of sad, but they do it really well. They did it so well. Like I love Jak 2 and 3. I love Uncharted. I like the first Last of Us, but it was kind of like that team was trying to evolve and grow as a company. Like, all right, we need to move on to the next level and keep excelling, which makes OG fans really sad, but they did accomplish it and make some really good, darker, grittier games.
Yeah, it's Amy Hennig is a really good dev, and I can understand why.
I think she's just a writer. She's a failed writer who did the storyboard stuff, which is why she's a good writer. So it's kind of like I wanted to write TV shows and movies, but I ended up finding myself in this situation making video games, and it's kind of like the Kingdom Come Deliverance guys. They weren't really into video games, and then they were kind of like, actually, video games are really cool and they can tell a really good story. I didn't realize how deep video game storytelling can be. And then she kind of like fell in love with writing stories for video games because she couldn't, you know what I mean? Like the career took her elsewhere and she found herself in a really cool situation.
There's a couple devs.
Story.
Yeah, there's a couple devs like that, like Joseph Ferris. He started out in movies and now he's been, pumping out some really amazing games. Last year he did Split Fiction. I highly recommend that to anyone. Like, go check out and play that game.
Joseph Ferris.
It Takes Two, Brothers, A Way Out, and last year's Split Fiction.
Oh, I didn't realize he did A Way Out too. That makes sense. And now that I think of it,
I would not have expected him to be a guy who was reluctant to make video games. It seems like it's like a OG, like I want co-op games to come back.
Yeah, he didn't start out his career, though, doing that. He's a movie guy first, and then he transitioned over to video games. He has a really good interview. If you want to check it out on IGN with Ryan McCaffrey, go look it up. It's actually really cool. Because I think he came from he's from Lebanon originally. And he grew up in during the Civil War. So he has some he was like talk about how he escaped that to Sweden, and then he just started making movies, and then he got into gaming as like this new outlook as well later on.
That's cool.
So yeah, I would say go check it out. Really good story, and like I said, Split Fiction was my game of the year last year. That game's awesome. Everyone should play it. But yeah,
fair enough.
Crash Bandicoot.
Really I'm glad I got on here. I would say as much as like if I made a definitive list of mascots, Crash would be there, but Crash wasn't really my generation, because I watched, like, my first memory of video games was watching my dad play Crash and watching my mom play Mario on her Nintendo. Like, these were the things that I watched my parents play. And then when I kind of got older and then the PS2 came out, that is where like my start of like actually playing video games and making these stories and characters my own came from.
Right. Fair enough. Well, I think that's something, with games in general, I think everybody's nostalgia is really rooted in the generation they came through. So it makes sense.
Yeah, I do agree. Shock is a little younger than us, so it does kind of balance out.
And especially with these mascots, because outside of your Marios, your Sonics, not a lot of these stood the test of time. So like they kind of are all time stamped to certain periods of gaming history.
Very true.
I'm sorry, I just had to Google something real quick here. All right, but Yeah, so that's a really good one. Honestly, I almost thought about putting Crash on here as well, but I was just like, do I want to put Crash on here or do I want to put Geks on here?
Yeah.
And then I was like kind of going down the list, and Crash kind of fell off eventually when I got through my thought process. So it's good to see him on here. Kind of figured that he was going to be on here eventually, and I think I'm sure now. I won't spoil it, even though Shock spoiled it. I'm surprised that his number one is because I figured
You don't know.
I figured it would be something else, to be honest. But I'm just going to be
Really?
a sly guy. I actually did.
What did you think it was gonna be?
I won't spoil it just in case it's changed.
Haha. Okay. I wait.
All right. But yeah, good one there. Good one there. Mine's going to be something completely different. We've kind of been talking about a lot of the cutesy mascots, mostly it feels like on here. Ironically enough, we have not actually had a guy who screams pure male energy. So I am going to start my number 2 here to be probably what I consider to be one of the most iconic characters in gaming, and probably one of the most iconic series in gaming because it's been cloned to shit since day one. And that is the Slayer or the Doom guy, whatever you want to call
good.
him.
I'm glad he's
Good
on
choice.
here. Yes.
Yeah.
Good. He has to be on there.
I think for some reason you just know what that music is. Like you hear it in your head, that you just hear about him. And even it doesn't matter. Old school 80s, 90s Doom guy, new Slayer, new lore. He always just has just a great look about him. And I went with this one because I think this is the best looking version of him. I love that iconic look of the barbaric fur cape, the shield, chainsaw, the iconic shotguns and everything. I love the new Doom series. I love the old Doom series, but I just gotta say, man, when I think of like a badass character, there's a bunch of them that would fall into this list, like Kratos, Master Chief,
Duke
Marcus
Nukem.
Phoenix, Duke Nukem.
Yeah, man, Duke Nukem. Haven't heard that in ages.
But I feel like the guy who inspired all of them was the one I wanted to kind of put like up here, and that is, of course, the Doom Slayer, the Doom guy, whatever you want to say. That's who I think of when
I think he's the
about
one.
this.
Like he's the one that's lasted the longest and maintained being popular and successful.
Yeah, I will say that. I think for some reason that his how can I say it? So I'm trying to what's the word?
Iconic.
Not iconic. I think iconography. That's the word I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah.
I think it's just visually always appealing because it's just a guy with a helmet, some war armor, and it's just him always like fighting wave after wave of hordes of hell, and it just screams metal. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It just screams like what a gamer would think of like video games. It's like what if you had to come up with a Mount Rushmore of video games? I feel like Doom should be on there. Of like this is an iconic video game because it emphasizes like the personality of first person shooter. It like has the personality of really good storytelling through the world and not really being over the top in terms of story. And I think it just has like the one of the best silent protagonists out there too,
It's just where it came from and where it started. It's like with the beginning of FPSs. It's on like MS-DOS or whatever, right? It's like one of the most like oldest platformers to see a game like this. Like it's one of the first oldest games I ever played, like on my Mac. Just downloaded the OG Doom and it was cool.
Like Doom has just inspired so many games.
Yes,
it like we said, it inspired Duke Nukem, inspired Shadow Warrior, it inspired Wolfenstein, obviously.
I mean, pretty much the whole boomer shooter genre, really.
Exactly. Yeah. The Doom clone is just boomer shooter. That's what they just say. It's just Doom clones to me. And I really did like Dark Ages. I did like the Eternals, my favorite one of the trilogy, though. But they've put Doom on everything. Like people have made Doom run, as I like to always say, on Windows Notepad and everything else like that. calculators, pregnancy tests. It's just the amount of just sheer joy Doom has brought people from its simplicity and its just over the top gameplay, I think is just, should be mentioned. But the Doom guy, the Slayer, like I said, that everyone knows who you're talking about when you go the Doom guy,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I feel like you just have to bring this guy out here. Just perfect example of really good character design that has evolved throughout the ages, and they've somehow made it better every time they've redesigned him. Because I don't think anyone looks at any of the new look for the Slayer and says he looks worse than the original. I honestly think that this is the new definitive look of the Slayer. And I think the Dark Ages is the definitive look for him too, by the way.
I like the OG Chad guy too.
They're all good. That's what I'm saying. They're all good looking guys, but I just think this
that face, like his face is also a meme. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's another reason that makes him iconic.
But I always say this: Doom, like I said, is on my Mount Rushmore of video games, and I would say, right now, this is the best one. I'm gonna put that pin in that. Neo also in the chat. We need to sit down and talk about Mount Rushmore of gaming, the franchises. That's a future topic for another video.
Oh yeah, he's right. Totally. Longest running franchise that hasn't fallen off.
I'd have to assume so. I can't think of something that's been running longer than Doom.
When did it come out? 89 or something? Like
it had to, I think it was like right there at the end, because I know Doom was on I think it was on the Super NES and all that stuff, so it had to be, at the end of the life cycle of some of these consoles.
It was just a computer game, though, right?
It started off computer, and then it got ported. There was also Doom 64, which was its own thing. So,
but it was just copying and remastering like the same OG MS-DOS game. 93. Oh,
yeah. So,
okay, that was older.
It feels like it.
That was older.
So yeah, Neo said the original was 92 and 93. So yeah, like I said, pretty good one. But
no, that's a great choice. I do like that. It's I think a lot of time when you think of gaming mascot, you do think of kind of the more family friendly ones. So it's a good point to point out. A good time to point out quite a few of those, like you said, Master Chief. I think Neo mentioned Kratos in chat, Doom guy or Slayer. There's a
Kratos
lot of
should be there.
Yeah, there's a lot of good, more adult aimed mascots out there too.
Yeah, and now that we were kind of talking about this, honorable mentions number 6, as I would like to say. Let's go with you, Jay, because let's get your honorable mention going.
All right, so for me, I was between two. One super popular, one far more obscure. And since everybody knows Spyro, I'm gonna just go with the more obscure one. Jersey Devil. I don't know if either of you guys have ever heard of this game.
Oh, it's a PS1 game, right?
Yep, it is. It is a PS1 game. It's called Jersey Devil. It had awesome cover art, which is what got me to rent it from the video store back in the day. And it's really obscure as a one-off game. He never got a second one. I'm really only mentioning it because, again, everybody knows Spyro. That would have been my initial choice. But I don't know, kind of like to put games out there that people may not have heard of before. So I figure we'll go with Jersey Devil.
I've seen this cover.
Yeah, it's a sick cover art. I love the cover art on it. It's simple.
I've never played it.
It's awesome. And essentially what it is you platform. It's another 3D platformer. The character, I'm a big superhero fan too, so he's got kind of a superhero look. He's like a bat humanoid type of thing. I do believe he's still technically like bat animal. So it falls right in line with the same kind of, time era of these mascots all being animal based. Cool little superhero suit, spreads his wings, flies, the whole deal, does a little tail whip. Not too, different from some of the other kind of I mean, the spin tactic was Crash, it was Croc. It was Jersey Devil, so it was very common for this era. So again, not reinventing anything, but just a fun kind of obscure little 3D platformer that I just personally, I must have rented this from. I never bought it for some reason. I just continued to rent it from the video store every week for a good stretch of time until I finally got my kicks out of it. But I love this. It's got a cool theme to it. It's all like a Halloween type of spooky type of theme where like you just see that was a mummy. I think if I recall, like jack-o'-lanterns were another enemy. Just, you know, kind of a Nightmare Before Christmas kind of world where it's all like, you know, this is Halloween type of thing.
There you go.
So a lot of fun with it. I enjoyed it as a kid. If you've never played it and you get the chance to pick it up, I don't know if it's on Steam or anything. I don't know if it's been ported to anything or if it's just been completely forgotten in the gaming history. But I loved this one. I thought it was worth mentioning.
That's a fun one. You know what this kind of reminds me of? And you should check this out if you ever get a chance. Death Jr.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's a graphic novel. I know that, but it also is a platformer game as well. It was on PSP and I think the Wii as well. It's a very weird game that they kind of ported to different places.
I'll have to check that out.
Yes. Well, there you go. Jersey Devil. A nice little +6. All right. Let me write this down here real quick. That's honorable. Shock, let's go to you.
I'll switch up my honorable to what I almost made instead of Jill Valentine, actually, as I was kind of mixing them all up a bit. I don't have a picture, though. I'm going with Parappa the Rapper.
Gotta do what?
Good choice.
Gotta believe.
So good, man.
I fucking wanted to add him here. I love Parappa, but I always forget about him too.
There's like more merch of Parappa than probably physical copies of the games. Like Parappa merch was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It was, and he had his own show.
Did he really? Oh, I don't
He
even remember
did
that.
have a show.
He had a spin-off series too with Lama Jammy as well.
That was good. It was just a little weird because there's like no vocals. It's just little like really shitty guitar going. But I loved it. I don't care.
But we gotta play this song. We would be remiss not to play it.
It's all in the mind. If you wanna test me, I'm sure you'll find the things I'll teach ya. Sure to beat ya.
Parappa is also why I thought beanies were cool as a kid. I wore beanies because of Parappa.
This is such a great one. I know our buddy Jason really loves this too, and I've been asking for a very, very, very long time to get this game from Japan because they got a PS4 port of this as well, and it was only in there as well. Dang. And we gotta hold on a second. We got a new friend here. I think Angie23J2P. Hello, are you and your friends excited for Spider-Man Brand New Day movie? I also have a question. I also have a Star Wars question, if you don't mind. I don't care about Marvel movies that much anymore. I kind of fell off, and I mostly just do video games. How about you two, quickly?
I am a big, as I was just saying with Jersey Devil, I'm a big superhero fan. Unfortunately, the Marvel movies have been mostly pretty bad for me since Endgame. I didn't even really like Endgame all that much. But I am actually excited for the Spider-Man one. He's one of my top 2 favorite heroes, and I did like the last Spider-Man movie, so I am actually a bit excited for that one. I mean, cautiously optimistic might be the best way to put it.
And what about you, Shock?
I will be seeing it because a friend of mine asked me to go see it with him. I'm not a big fan of Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but the movies aren't that bad. So I'm very mediocre about it because I love Spider-Man, and to me, he's just not the definitive Spider-Man. I do expect it to be a good movie.
Yeah. Listen, I will say this. He is more easy to believe that he got bullied than Andrew Garfield. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Call me gay. Andrew Garfield is way too fucking hot. Be Peter Parker. He's like, I get bullied and my face thrown in the locker.
Who's gonna bully the hot boy?
No.
And he's like, you're gonna tell me Andrew Garfield can't pick up girls? And what's her name too? Emma Stone is like an ugly nerd. Come on.
I know. What world?
Emma Stone was like my dream girl for a long time. I was like, there's no way I could believe that there are no men interested in Emma Stone, and there were no women interested in fucking Andrew Garfield.
You know what was worse, actually? The worst thing about I actually kind of enjoyed Amazing Spider-Man, but there were some funny things about it. The worst part about that movie is because Andrew Garfield is British, right? Mm-hmm. So when he takes on the suit and becomes Spider-Man, his New York accent is just black accent. You remember where he's
I
just
don't think I noticed that. I'd have to
he's
listen
like,
to it again.
I just did 99% of your job, yo, and this is how you pay me?
I didn't notice that. I have to go back.
He's just talking black. Like,
yeah, I didn't care for his movies. The first one was all right. The second one I thought was god awful.
That was. Yeah.
I've liked it. I've liked the Tom Holland ones. I do. So I don't necessarily think Tom Holland's a bad Peter Parker. I just think I don't like the high tech Iron Spider.
Yes, Iron Man.
That's not my deal.
He's Iron Boy, and
right.
He's like,
and that's kind of what I'm excited about this new one. Is that it seems like because of what happened in the last movie, they're gonna bring him back to just being a regular Spider-Man.
That's what everyone keeps telling me.
So I'm hoping that's the case. I won't know till I see it. I did like the Tom Holland movies. Don't get me wrong. It's my favorite version of Spider-Man and Peter Parker isn't this Iron Boy version of him where he's just Iron Man Jr. Toby's my Spider-Man. Toby will always be my Peter Parker.
What's funny about Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is as a kid, I thought they were in college. Like I didn't know they were in high school.
Yeah, they are. Well, they're all like in their mid-20s, if not older.
Well, they do
high
look like they're in
the first
college kids,
scenes there. So, but he does pull off the shy, timid nerd Peter Parker. I think a lot better than the other two have.
You'll get your damn rent when you fix my damn door.
Yeah.
Oh, who was the pigtail girl's name? He should have went with her, bro.
Oh, the neighbor.
Yes, she was great. I'm like, bro.
Every so often she pops up in a movie or something too. I'm like, oh, it's her.
She's great. Yeah,
I can't remember what her name is. Ingrid or something maybe.
Yes, I was thinking, some really ugly Nordic name like Brunhilde or some shit.
It's Greta.
And the final question here, too: do you and your friends think Keanu Reeves would play a great Dark Revan? I think he could, to be honest with you.
I think he could play anything for the most part.
Yeah, and if you've watched them all, Shadow Lord, do you think the Pink Twi'lek Devon would become Dark Talon? I have not watched it yet. I don't have Disney Plus. I kind of checked out on Star Wars a little bit too. I'm just going to be honest with you, but I do understand what you're saying, and that's a common theory I've been seeing, so it does track.
I don't know enough about the extended Star Wars universe, to be honest with you. In terms of Keanu Reeves, I think he can play anything in the sense of I'm willing to watch him play anything. He's not the world's most talented actor, but I love Keanu Reeves, so I'm fine with him being cast as anybody.
The thing about Keanu, though, is like he's getting old and he refuses to not do his own stunts. So that's going to be rough to see when he gets older because he gets hurt like every movie he does.
Yeah.
Power move. You got to respect it.
Oh, totally. I love Keanu.
Me too, my mom. You'll get your coffee once you fix this damn door.
Oh, nice.
All right. And my honorable mention is one of the from the creator of Sonic. And that is a game that they were hoping would be the next franchise out there. And that is Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg.
Oh, yes.
Oh, why does this sound so familiar?
I love this game.
So we have Billy Hatcher, and there is one of my favorite stories about this. It was originally pitched as I look it up here to get it correctly. Yes, okay. Giant Cock was the original name. It was kind of pitched to as.
Why? Honestly, when I was watching Mort the Chicken, I thought this was just the sequel. I was like, it's Billy Hatcher. I almost made a Billy Hatcher joke.
Yeah, but I remember playing this game a lot as a kid, and it's one that I kind of want to go back to and play again now that I'm an adult who can function and pay attention to what I'm doing.
Right.
But generally speaking, I thought this was a very interesting failed mascot platformer that they kind of put out there with a very interesting, premise. Where you play as basically Billy Hatcher, and you're trying to like grow and hatch these eggs into like stuff. But I just also love that this game was also originally going to be pitched as Giant Cock, and the creator did not understand why that was not going to go working. So that is my honorable mention. Yeah.
This one looks familiar to me, but I don't remember it.
It was everywhere. They pushed it hard, man.
Yeah, the name sounds familiar. The look of it is definitely familiar, but I certainly never played it.
I'm pretty sure it had McDonald's toys. I think I remember that.
You know what? Now I gotta Google that, you asshole.
Because now you gotta go buy it on eBay.
No, I don't want to.
I want to buy all the old Sonic little digital Game & Watch that McDonald's had, where like Knuckles was playing soccer or some shit. Like those are great.
Oh, Billy Hatcher did have a McDonald's lineup.
I remember it.
Maybe that's what I remember it from.
But it was more so like it was thrown in there with other games as well.
Yes, they had a whole line of like those little digital like Game and Watch like kind of style games. They had tons of those. It's like a Nintendo thing, I think.
All right. So before we get to our number ones, if you made it this far in this video, please leave a like and a comment and share it out with people so they can watch it later. That's all I want to say before we go right now to our number ones.
Billy Hatcher has Fritcher achievements. Just so you know.
All right, Shock, you're number one.
You'll never guess what mine is. But I guess you might be shocked about what it's not. I feel like everyone thought, I think I knew what you thought one of mine would be. One of my favorite franchises is The Legend of Zelda, and everyone's probably shocked that I don't have Link or Zelda as a mascot because I don't think they're mascotty.
Not who I thought, by the way.
Oh, who'd you think it was?
I thought you were going to pick Spyro.
Oh, that was definitely there. I definitely thought about Spyro. I'm sad that Spyro didn't show up.
He was going to be my honorable mention until I thought of Jersey Devil. I do love Spyro.
Spyro should be there. I loved Spyro.
That's why I didn't pick Spyro. I thought you were going to do it. So
I didn't want to.
And I felt like somebody would. So I didn't want to like double up and everybody just have Spyro crap. So I was like, I'll leave Spyro off.
Everyone's going to do Crash. Everyone's going to do Rachet. Right. Yeah. Oh, well. But anyway, I think the best mascot ever is Sonic. There is no mascot cooler than Sonic the Hedgehog. Mario might have been the better game, more successful, more longevity, more popular. But popularity and maybe of just sales that everyone knows him and buys his games and stuff like that. But dude, nobody was cooler than Sonic. Sonic had better merch. He had more TV shows. I think he was one of the most like early like video game adaptations into cartoons and anime. Like there was an anime in like 96.
Yeah, because Mario had the cartoon in the late 80s too.
Oh yeah, late 80s too.
They had he had an original cartoon run too pretty early on, but then I'd have to imagine, Sonic was right there after him.
It was. His merch was cooler too.
He definitely brought the cool factor into it. I would 100% agree with that.
Oh yeah. Even when it comes to like Japanese culture, like they had way more they had more like events for Sonic. He had more merchandise. He had more like memorabilia kind of thing. He had his own comic line. Sonic had like a long line of comic books, but yeah, you could never argue that Sonic was not cooler than Mario.
No, I actually don't disagree with that at all. I feel like he's kind of one of the first characters I can think of that had that like still kind of cute-ish, mascot feel to it, but did have that edgier feel as well. Well, the first two have that edgier feel, and it's weird because like it's not edgy at all. The games aren't edgy. He doesn't say anything really edgy or particularly edgy. Like he doesn't really speak in the games at all. But it was just something about the look, I guess. Like I don't know what it is. Just honestly, what it was probably the gameplay. That fast-paced gameplay was just cool and very different. But the look as well, something about the blue with the red shoes and the big white glove. Like he just had a cool look to him, a sharper look, maybe that's what it is. Versus Mario's kind of, fat little plumber look, for lack of a better way to put it. So he definitely did have a cooler feel to him. I would agree with that 100%. And then the level design's all really cool too in those first couple games. The casino level is to this day one of my favorite levels of any game of all time. The music, the style of it.
The music is better than Mario. Yeah, Mario does not have themes. All Mario levels are pretty much the same. Sonic levels all had gimmicks and themes to them.
Yeah, for sure. Chemical Plant, another one that I love a lot. I mean, all of the music really. I did a bunch of shorts recently, well, I guess actually in the past year, of a bunch of different levels and things from it. And again, it was just so much fun replaying those games just to hear all that music again, see all the beautifully designed levels and the colors, and really, really great games, especially those first two. I love those.
I think Sonic in general just had a better personality-wise than most video game mascots. He's had so many TV shows, movies, comic books, and I think he's just transitioned better. Obviously, the whole chili dog obsession and everything too.
Yeah.
I think also I like to joke about it. He's the face of the autism movement, and I'm not even joking about that. That's another thing.
What he has become is really sad. It makes me ashamed to be a Sonic fan. For sure, dude.
I mean, I will say this about Sonic. I feel like me personally, when we talk about him and Mario, I feel like Sega has always been more willing to just do crazy stuff with Sonic, even if it doesn't make any sense.
And if it fails, they're not afraid to try new things.
Right.
I mean, they've had so many different things: RPGs, racing games, adventure platformers, straight up single kind of like go back and forth kind of linear, more open world stuff. They're willing to pump out Sonic any way they can. That's for damn good.
I miss the old personality Sonic though. Like one of the most things like I liked Sonic Generations, but I hated like the beginning of it where he's like on time to his own like birthday party or whatever. And I'm like, Sonic's too cool to be on time. Like that's what made him cool. Like, yeah, he can be there in a second, but he just didn't feel like it. He'll get there when he gets there, kind of thing. And also it was like the whole kind of like theme to like the OG Sonic games were like kind of like environmentalism, right? Where like there was a man making robots out of animals and you're saving the animals from the Robotnik, the robot doctor, right? And then the anime and Sonic CD have the whole past and future thing where the future is all dystopian, right? And then the past is all beautiful creation and life and colors and yada yada yada. It was back when environmentalism actually was kind of cool, not super cringy like it is now. So I do always like that.
Yeah, but then they gave us Sonic Underground.
I love Sonic Underground. Bro, I will defend that. That show was beautiful.
Like I said, they're not afraid to do stuff with Sonic. That's for damn sure.
They're not.
It's great, but I want a Sonic Adventure 3. That's all I really want.
I know. You know what's funny about Sonic is like they created a more popular character than Sonic. Like Shadow is more popular than Sonic.
Yeah, because he's edgier. He was like the perfect 2000s candidate to reboot Sonic.
Yes.
They gave him a gun.
And then they killed him, and then
Well, it's still Sonic for me, though. It's still Sonic over Shadow for me. I know it's probably not the popular take at this point, but I just like Sonic more still.
Oh yeah, no, I love Sonic. It's just interesting that they actually made someone like he was competing with Sonic for coolness. Like he was a super cool, engaging character with an actual deep backstory. But they should have just let him die, though. They didn't realize how popular he was going to be because he, says he dies in the second one, and they brought him back for no reason, and now he's just kind of a shell of himself. So that's why Sonic is still the better one.
I think they just went with a really good color scheme, black and red. It's kind of hard.
Can't go wrong with black. Yeah.
I think what the joke is for third jerseys for sports is black is just there because it's cool and it sells. That's it.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, it's black for the sake of black, Well,
and it goes with every other color too. So pretty much any, whatever your team's main colors are, you can just pick one of them and add it to the black, and it looks pretty sharp. So.
Yep. So that's a pretty good one. Like I said, honestly, I thought you were going to pick Spyro.
Yeah, I just really struggled to. I hate that I, left Spyro out of here. But I kept arguing to have Jill not in there. Like, I'm like, no Resident Evil characters. And then I talked myself into putting one in because they kept arguing against it. But yeah, Spyro definitely should be in the list.
Right.
He should definitely be there over Mort the chicken. I can tell you that. Some things just kind of go the way they go.
Sometimes you think, oh, that's too popular. I'm going to try to be contrarian.
Yeah, exactly.
Neo says red and black is the best color scheme. I would say black and purple. I kind of like black and purple as a good color scheme.
Yeah, me too. Clearly.
Yeah, purple. I love purple.
I mean, I'm not a Ravens fan and I'm not a Vikings fan, but I do love their jerseys.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, that's not true. Anquan Bolden was one of my favorite Ravens players, but he's a Cardinal first.
So strong.
Oh my god, yeah, I forgot about him.
Him and Larry Gerald over there. That was a filthy duo.
Dude, remember when he got speared by that Jets player and broke his face and died on the field for like 5 seconds? And he got up and still played.
Jeez,
next week.
They're built different.
I miss Anquan Bolden. Yeah.
Forgot about him. He was good.
All right. Jay, you're number 1.
All right. So honestly, to kind of piggyback off that, I'll go right into the one Sonic just got directly compared to, and that's Mario for me.
Wow.
Mario!
Non-contrarian answer. I respect.
Yeah, this is I went from like the most obscure to the most like well-known and popular out there.
Yeah.
But beyond just being popular for me, it's just because Mario's got a history for me throughout my entire life. He's obviously one of the ones that have stood the test of time, probably better than anybody. Always loved the games. My first memories with gaming are actually playing my grandmother used to watch us during school vacation in the summer, and she had my uncle's old NES still hooked up on the TV. So that was one of my first consoles I ever played was an NES, even though I was obviously in the time of PS1 at that point. But my first memories of playing original Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt and all that. Then it just moves right into Super Mario 64, which to this day, one of my favorite games of all time. Loved Super Mario Sunshine. Did step away from Nintendo for a good chunk of time, so I missed a lot of the Wii stuff, just because I was into Xbox and like I said earlier, it's kind of transitioning out of playing the 3D platformers and getting into your Call of Duties, your Splinter Cells, and all that. So the teenage years, I stepped away from Nintendo for a bit. But when I got the Switch 2 last year, I was able to kind of go back and play some of the ones I missed, like Super Mario Odyssey, which I loved, Super Mario Wonder, which I also thought was really good.
People hated Wonder. I liked it.
Oh, I really liked Wonder. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it.
I don't know if people hated Wonder that much. It got nominated for Game of the Year in a lot of places.
I guess it's just Twitter that bitched about it.
Yeah, usually that's
Twitter
what it is.
Bitch about anything. I don't know. Something about Mario is just always appeal. And then all his other spin-off games, Mario Kart, Super Smash Brothers, Mario Party, all those games, just to me, so much fun. And when you're talking about, iconic video game mascots, I don't know that there's a person in the world who couldn't tell you, who Mario is. So, I mean, there's really not too much else to say. I know the games can sometimes kind of be hit or miss, or some people, might swing towards a different character as their preferred one. But I just think at some point when something stands against time the way this one has, you just have to admit that it's pretty damn great.
Yeah, I think for me, I was never a big fan of Mario. Mario Sunshine was the only real Mario game I actually did enjoy and like. I like more of his spin-offs, like the Mario and Luigi RPGs. And,
those are so good.
Like those were kind of more of my bread and butter and my jam. I'm just not the biggest Mario fan. I like the characters more than I like the game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's just me personally. But it's hard to argue against him. It's just like this. Mario was like in a game before he became his own thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
I love him. Yeah.
I think his universe is just as full of iconic characters. Yoshi.
Well, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
He's helped spawn. It's almost like this for the sports analogy, like the player that makes all the other players better. It's kind of the same scenario here, where he's made so many other characters so popular because of how good he is. And to Neo's point of a normie answer, I started this thing off with Mort the chicken. Neo, come on, I'm giving you a full range here. I'm going from obscure as possible to just something everybody knows. So I'm giving the full range of characters here.
Yeah, but like you said, like Mario has definitely spun up a lot of people. Like Wario is a big spinoff. Waluigi, everyone wants him in Smash Brothers. There's just so many iconic characters that have come from the Mario universe that even just saying Mario himself, like you could just say like probably 5 other characters you could say have become just as iconic. Even some of his villains that are not even Bowser, like Boo. You could say that, or the Goombas.
Absolutely.
You know, Shy Guys, everything. Oh, like pretty much, if you are a Mario fan, you know, you could probably tell you. No, sorry, let me rephrase that. You could probably list off all his villains and even show some of his villains to just normies on the street, and they might be able to tell you right away, oh, he's from Mario. You know?
Yeah, if they don't know the name, they could at least say, it's a Mario thing, right? You know. So.
And then Neo says, same as Carl, not a big Mario fan, despite Super Mario World being my first game I ever owned.
Super Mario World is one of the best games, period.
And Mort is also an Oriental.
What, did you go to a dumpster and find it and go, hey, this game, I got it.
He's like, I remember Mort the chicken.
What? Yeah, that guy.
This is one of the reasons I had a temper tantrum.
That's why I'm a YouTuber now. Is Mort the chicken? It really sparked an interest in gaming.
I remember I had a temper tantrum in a Kmart because my mom wouldn't buy me Mort the chicken.
Oh no.
No, that's a good one. Good one. I mean, these are chalk answers. I think your number ones were not going to be, you know, like one that someone was going to be that artsy fartsy with it, as they would say. You kind of just go with, you know, what is the seller for number one, and I think these are very, you know, cut and dry. The original console war back in the day, Mario and Sonic going for number one does not actually, you know, shock me at all. Neo says I'm in tears right now.
Which is better, Super Mario World or Super Mario Bros. 3?
Who are you asking, me?
Everyone.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'm not a big Mario
played
fan.
3 more.
I did too.
Yeah,
I
I'd probably go with 3.
I'm going to say Super Mario RPG. I'm going to cheat.
You know,
that's actually one I haven't played.
Oh, really? It's good.
Yeah.
I love Paper Mario too.
RPG. Well, that's the thing. I've dabbled a bit with Paper Mario.
I love
not
Paper
a huge
Mario.
RPG guy, so at least in that style of RPG, you know, like I like action RPGs and things like that more. That kind of turn-based stuff just doesn't always vibe with me. So I got to really be in the mood for one. So I do like Paper Mario. It's just taken me even now. I actually restarted it when I got my Switch. It's taken me a while to play through it because I kind of do it here and there. But Mario RPG, I've actually never played.
I will say that, like, to your point, like when we're talking about Sonic, I'm upset that Sonic didn't go like turn-based spin-off until like the Game Boy Advance, and it was just kind of mediocre, right?
Oh,
the DS.
The worst Sonic RPG was made by BioWare, which is the funniest part in the world.
Really? Wait, Chronicles?
Yeah. I forget what it was called. I think it was called
Dark Brotherhood.
That's it.
It was called.
It
was Sonic Chronicles Dark Brotherhood or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, to Nerdtake's point, like Sonic actually doesn't have a big enough arsenal to do a spin-off game like that. You know what I mean? Like Mario has all the Goombas and the Koopa Troopas and so many different other kind of characters that can be side characters in a big JRPG. Sonic doesn't have enough characters to be in the JRPG style.
I don't know. I feel like they could.
But I just wonder if it ventures too far from like core Sonic gameplay. For
they don't
Sonic
give
fans.
a fuck.
Yeah, well, I know. Yeah, that's true. I know they try kind of anything, so fair enough.
They don't give a shit. They would slap a sticker right on there.
See if it works. If it doesn't, whatever.
I think the Sonic battle was actually better. Like it was basically kind of like what's that Dragon Ball game called?
Xenoverse?
Budokai. It was basically like Sonic Budokai, and it was actually not that bad. I think it would have been a better fighter game.
Neil wants to know your thoughts on Mario 2.
I love Mario 2. It's fun.
It's all right. It's not one of my favorites. Definitely not one of my favorites, but it's all right. I've dabbled with it a little bit more again recently. Again, when I got my Switch, I signed up for that. I'm a sucker for signing up for these game services, I guess. I've got Game Pass, the PlayStation one, and the Nintendo Online one. So I have dabbled with it again more recently, but it's not one of my favorites.
I feel like Sonic Underground was the death of a Sonic Ideas.
No, it wasn't. It's when it gave birth. It was the Phoenix that rose from the ashes.
It was when Sonic made out with that one girl in Sonic 06.
Sonic 06 is so bad.
That was their only chance where they could have maybe pitched a JRPG after that, and then everyone rejected Sonic 06.
They should have, man. I was so miserable when I played that game because like it kept breaking. and I was just like, I'm not having fun, but I kind of want to like, play the game, but I can't. Like it just keeps crashing and getting stuck, and then it's not fun.
I used to work at AT&T, and I remember I stopped by a buddy's house after I got off one of my late shifts. Sorry, and my two friends were taking turns playing Sonic 06 together when I got over to her house, and I'm like, "What are you guys doing?"
Why?
I fell asleep watching this game because it was like 2 a.m. and then I woke up at 5. And they were still playing this. I'm like, how are you guys still playing this?
Masochist? My God. Why?
Yeah. I despise it, but I've talked to a few Mario fans lately, and they all like it, and I'm low. I'm like, how?
I loved it when I was 8, dude.
I'm kind of indifferent. Yeah. I'm indifferent, Neo. It's all right. Not my favorite. It's not one I typically enjoy.
If you ask me to rank Mario games, it's not going to be very high, but I still like it.
Alrighty. So
that's where Birdo came from.
I'm going to close out now, guys. I'm going to go here so we can kind of end the show after this one. But my number one mascot is, I think, the one for the players. Because I think there's a bunch of iconic characters from the series. We already mentioned his brother, who's the more iconic one, I believe, in terms of marketing appeal. But I also think this guy, you can argue, is number 2 on that list and definitely more for the players. And that is Charizard from the Pokemon series.
Really? Over Pikachu?
And the other, because I feel like there's just been so many iconic moments with Charizard in terms of the anime, but also because everybody loves a Charizard Pokemon card. Everyone's seen the base set Charizard has been like the meme for Pokemon TCG collectors. And to be honest with you, probably a lot more aesthetically pleasing to the male demographic, if I'm going to throw that out there. I mean, he's a giant flying lizard that shoots fire and has a fire tail. You kind of can't go wrong with a good old Charizard popping up into your Pokemon team one way or the other. Also, his attitude in the Pokemon anime was always kind of funny because he was
the disrespect for Ash.
I loved it. Yeah,
he was disrespectful, but he also just has that like never give up attitude.
Well, he only cared if someone disrespected him. Like if the opponent was like, "Oh, your Charizard sucks," and then now he was motivated.
Very prideful.
Yeah.
But I did like that he eventually started to team up with Ash, and he got better. He had an interesting character arc, to say the least, for a Pokemon.
Surprisingly enough for a Pokemon. I mean, I think this is a great pick because he's my favorite. I know it's not an incredibly inspired favorite choice of Pokemon, but he's always been my favorite since I was a kid to this day now. And I think he's a lot of people think, like you mentioned, when it comes to the cards, he's got the most value in his cards almost always. He's always a chase card. He's always a Pokemon that you'd like to have at least in your stash, even if he's not actively one of your main 6. Pikachu, I think, is the one that has the true, well-known mascot of Pokemon is Pikachu. Everybody knows Pikachu. Doesn't matter who you are. You could be 80 years old. You know who Pikachu is. Charizard, I wouldn't say it's like the inside kind of ball knowers choice. I mean, he's still a very popular one that a lot of people know, but I don't think he has quite that blanket commercial, knowledge as much as Pikachu does. You have to at least know a bit more about Pokemon, even if it's not a ton. You have to know a little bit more about Pokemon to at least recognize that that's Charizard, known by name. But still super, super popular and absolutely one of the mascots of I would say the second in command mascot of Pokemon.
I feel like he's got everything going for him. He's a 151er Pokemon, so he's got all the 151 boomers out there.
Yeah.
On top of that, too, everyone wants the card. And if you're a person that played the game, I think a lot of people usually will say Charmander was their starter.
Yep. I just got Fire Red, and of course, and I know that in that game, Charizard is not even considered to be one of the best ones. I forget who the best one to pick is.
Squirtle.
I was gonna say I think it might be Squirtle. And I still pick Charizard, and I know damn well it's not the right choice, and I still pick it because I don't care. I just want to have Charizard, so whatever.
So I'm outnumbered here because this is why I think I'm kind of digging the argument of Charizard over Pikachu, because if you are into Pokemon, the like OG debate of the century of Pokemon is Squirtle versus Charmander. Like that is like the Israel-Palestine levels of toxic arguments. Because I'm a Squirtle guy. I'm a Blastoise dude. I always pick Squirtle. I will always choose Blastoise over Charizard. That is the team that I'm on. I love Blastoise. He's the better Pokemon. Even without him being a water type, he's just such a tank. But yeah, that debate is what makes Pokemon so fun.
And I'm a Bulbasaur guy. That's the funny part about it.
Really? A little contrarian Carl over here.
I'm not. So I've said this before. I always pick the grass starters. I kind of like them. I always find them to have the more interesting designs out of them all.
They have the best design, but they always suck.
Yeah.
Chikorita sucks. See, I feel like that's kind of always been
So Chikorita, I agree. I always hated Chikorita, but my favorite Pokemon of all time is Trico.
Yes, Trico's
really?
Trico's good. Yeah.
I love that little gecko guy. He was like Gen 3 is one of my favorites because it has a lot of my favorites in there.
I don't know if I think Gen 3 starters are probably the most balanced. Like I can't really put one over the other.
They're all pretty good. The one I would say follows very closely after Gen 1 actually is Sun and Moon, the whole Hawaii-based one, because I think all of those ones are really good. I love Rowlet.
I need to try Sun and Moon again because I raged quit it because I just was so angry at the 3DS at the time.
Yeah.
So should I try Sun and Moon again first, or should I try Y?
No. So my honest opinion, if you want to play the best version of game, get Ultra Sun and Moon.
I have Ultra Sun on my 3DS.
Those are great. X and Y, they're good games. But the problem is they're super easy, and I mean,
never mind, I'm good.
Like they just build the team for you. There's no fun and adventure. But Legos are cool.
I need to give Sun a try again because I rage quitted when I played Moon because I was playing Moon and I was playing Fire Emblem Conquest, and I was just like, dude, these games suck. What the fuck? I was so angry.
Who has more attitude? Which of the 3 starters has the most attitude?
Definitely or Charizard.
Well, that's the thing is I don't feel like any of the starter versions of them really have that much attitude. It's as you get to like the second level, Charmeleon, and that's where I would say.
Yeah, Charmeleon's like a moody teenager.
Yeah. And then Charizard's just kind of a dick.
I mean, if you go to the anime though, that's where that's another interesting question. Because if you go specifically off of Ash's Pokemon, Bulbasaur has the most attitude.
I don't know. Squirtle Squad.
Squirtle's a criminal.
Yeah, he had a lot of attitude as part of the Squirtle Squad.
Do you have a lot of attitude, or do you have personality? That's the difference there. Because I think Squirtle had personality, but Bulbasaur, literally, there's an episode where Bulbasaur gets drunk and he's yelling at everyone. So that's kind of like a little fun
Bulbasaur's just I don't like humans. He's kind of boring.
He did not like Ash at first, if I recall, but wasn't that because of some trauma or something?
So he was protecting a bunch of abandoned Pokemon that stay at the spa, and he just doesn't trust humans. Where Squirtle was
just a dick. He was just running around
causing He was just having fun.
Squirtle was just racist. Yeah, I hate humans with a passion. I steal from them. Yeah.
Charmander was actually the most heartbreaking story of it all. He was abandoned by his trainer, and
that's why he's an asshole. Charizard. He has abandonment. This is the best Charizard moment ever. Go back. Whoa.
My stream, I got nuked.
Oh, you did?
Oh, for the poke. Oh god, yeah.
No,
come on.
That was the best part. You missed the best moment in Pokemon, chat.
Oh, that's crazy.
I should have known better.
And we're too busy talking about Pokemon.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Damn it, Nintendo. Or Game Freak, or whoever the hell owns it now. Pokemon Company. I don't even remember who that owns. Isn't it like a 3-way share? Isn't it?
Yeah, they got
Game Freak, Nintendo, and what's the other one? I can't think of the name.
Game Freak and I forgot. It's been so long.
Yeah, I should have saw that coming.
Because they're going to make their own game soon, and that's going to be pretty interesting.
I'm actually excited for that.
Creatures Incorporated. That's just the card. So no, Game Freak got their game back. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. But I do think